Riku, Axel, Vincent, Sir Venom.
You had a little bit of a down session last time. Very little in the way of adventure until the end of the evening, which is where you find yourselves now. And how did you get here? Well, you first said goodbye to Riku's grandmother, traveling back to the Korin archipelago among the among the isles off of the Sword Coast, and finding her and the rest of the dancing devils in a deteriorating state. They were aging rapidly, and as they did so, they began to pass one by one into the beyond. It was during this time where you decided that the Grandmere, your ship from Waterdeep, would return. It had done all it could and helped you solve the problem of the dancing devils attacking the Sword Coast. You also had quite a long conversation with Hansel, bringing him back to your home in Neverwinter, Shenanigans, and also speaking with the Raven Queen. It was here that you requested some information, both on IUs as well as your other targets, such as the Order of the Gauntlet and Rudolf Van Richten. During this conversation, he told you he was going to rush off to inform the lords of Neverwinter and Waterdeep of what had occurred on your adventures. The dancing devils, IUs with some sort of myconid-looking creature, and Grazit stealing Natasha into the abyss. He believed that it was important that you also inform the Lords of Neverwinter that the Order of the Gauntlet had chased Rudolf Van Richten into a misty forest and that none could be reached at this time. And so now you find yourselves on a mission for Aurora's Realms. You did quite a bit of shopping after returning to Neverwinter and after Hansel had taken his leave. And it was here where they struck a deal that you could purchase the items that you would like, and in particular, Axel's axe would be upgraded once more at the price of fulfilling a job. You find yourselves somewhere far flung once again. One of Aurora's realms, one of the shopkeepers of Aurora's realms, sitting in a comfortable chair further back in the passage, asking you, "Please don't flood it. Don't want the water going all the way back here. I'll teleport away without you." And so you currently find yourselves in a cramped brick and mortar chamber. It feels as if the walls are closing in. They are not. It's just the fact that the air is very thin. Riku, you have been downed and revived, and you are further ahead along than the rest of the group. Sir Venom, you control an invisible eye. What would you like to do at this time?
Suppose we should have the invisible eye keep exploring.
Yeah, Riku would say, right around here is where you guys get zapped, so be careful.
Yeah, we gotta get through the trap.
But yeah, should definitely have the eye look ahead for now.
All right, Sir Venom, where would you like the eye to go? It's the little umbra
Yeah, I
that you
guess
currently have.
I'd have him check this passage first.
Okay. And as it begins to traverse down this passage, you notice very swiftly that all the brick and all the mortar appears scorched, as if a great fire engulfed the entire room, blazing from one end to the other of the chamber. And the invisible eye notices that the entrance is incredibly narrow here, very difficult to pass through. You think that, as a matter of fact, as the invisible eye passes through these first opening, it will require some sort of check for a medium-sized human to pass through there.
Okay.
The squeeze. It's a possibility. It's just going to be a squeeze.
But I guess the eye can keep going, so the eye will continue on down the passageway.
Okay. And as it does so, it comes to a corner that is revealed to descend southward here. And it looks like this. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, all throughout here, all the brick is a jet black color instead of the sort of brownish red it had been before, because it is heavily scored and scorched by fire.
Almost as if
Fire
there was
breathing dragon.
a fire type trap following the lightning type trap.
Ooh.
So I guess he'll keep going.
All right.
I guess is there a way for me to look for like a trigger for a potential trap?
Yeah, I
The
mean
eye?
it's a little bit more difficult with Umbra, but yeah, you can like have him look around, and as he continues down this hallway, you get to a point where you can see a door at the end of the hallway as you sort of round the bend.
Okay. What's that?
There appears to be some sort of like area that is blocked off by the brick.
Okay. And based on like where we are and like where I've had my eye go, can I estimate like how thick I think this is?
Um, yeah, you can estimate how. Roll an intelligence check for your character, not for Umbra.
Well, it's the arcane eye. I was just using the Umbra token.
Sorry, yeah, but go ahead and roll an intelligence check for that. I would say because you're sort of trying to understand and deduce like how thick it is.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Gotcha. Um, you think it's about 5 feet thick.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna turn to Axel and Vincent because they're I guess right next to me. And I said I think I might be able to make us a little passageway right here that would get us past the lightning trap, but there might be a fire base trap on the other side of it that we'd have to be careful for.
Gotta be
What?
careful.
So you're just gonna make a tunnel through the wall? Like how are we?
Some
Yeah.
magic stuff to do that.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Is it safe? Like, uh,
It
Valid
could be.
question.
Fair
It's
question.
either safe or dangerous.
ooh.
Is that a 50-50 chance in your book?
Yeah. Okay.
It seems like based on I minor illusion up like what the walls looked like through the eye with all like the scorch marks and everything.
I like the
Like
idea.
like it looks like there might be a fire trap on the other side.
Okay.
Because I'm able to Misty Step, but you guys aren't.
Like fire.
I could always rage and
It's
just go
turtle soup.
through, and then like, can we go one at its like? Would we go all at the same time?
I mean, it probably wouldn't be wide enough for all of us to go at the same time.
Okay. Okay.
All right, and I have fire resistance, so I can I'll lead the way.
Oh.
So I go up to this wall and I place my hand on it.
Okay.
Or actually, where did we see the lightning bolt come? Right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay. So I would, based on my exploring, I would know that if I came up to right before the lightning bolt, that this part of wall is thinner than where I am right now, right?
Yeah, especially with that dirty 20. You were able to deduce that.
Okay. So just try to potentially save a spell slot. I'm gonna come to right here.
Rick would be like, "Don't go any further."
Yeah, like I'd stop and like almost like fall forward, land face first on the lightning trap, but I catch myself, and I put my hands on the wall. I take I pluck a feather out from my wing, dip it into a little thing of ink, and I draw like a tunnel entrance on the wall in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
and I cast Stone Shape.
Okay. And it takes a moment. The brick is not necessarily stone, but it's close enough. And you cut away a 5-foot section of wall there,
It's
and
just
you are
like
able
Harry
to pass
Potter.
between the two passages if you so wish.
Alright, nice. I'm like, alright, you guys, step back for a moment. Let's see if like a fire trap triggers. And I guess I'll slowly step through,
As you step
very
through,
much trying to perceive any type of potential fire trap triggers or trap triggers in general.
yeah, it's funny because you can still see through the invisible eye in your mind's eye, and so you basically watch yourself step through. And at one moment, you even kind of close your eyes in fear and worry, but you pass through without any fire emanating from the walls or floor or ceiling.
Hmm.
So far, so good. But
Riku's been reluctant to move from his position.
right, like, we haven't walked up to where the
Vincent.
fire trap triggers yet.
Because I don't know
Well,
where
right here,
the
there's
trigger's gonna
nothing.
be.
Yeah. So I'll tell the boys to stay back, to keep staying back, and I'll walk from here and down this way to where the door is to see if
Yeah,
anything happens.
and
So
and as you actually get to that point, you do notice one thing. The scorch marks end just about here and here, and you can see that the scorch marks end back here as well, so that it only appears to be these 4 narrow chambers where the scorch marks and fire emanate from. And so as you reach the door, you can see a door with a large sort of brass trigger handle, and by trigger handle, like it's got like a big button for you to like push down on to then pull.
Okay. So then I'd pop back up and I'd be like, all right, looks safe, but Riku, you might want to teleport yourself past the lightning trap and come this way.
Check.
okay,
Check to see
Riku
if that door
does
is
so.
trapped, like booby trapped.
Okay.
I don't
Riku, where do you put yourself in particular as you misty step back?
I guess I'll just Misty step back to where Axel was.
Okay. Yeah, no, there's no issues with that. You do so, and you're sort of very close to Axel, but yeah, in the area.
Yeah. Riku just pops up behind you, just like starts rubbing your shoulders. Hey man, you mind taking a step forward?
Huh?
Vincent comes up behind you and like stops short.
What's going on, boys?
We're
Yeah.
going this way.
It's
What's
very
the road?
crowded through here. You're all passing through back and chest to the walls, sort of
Yeah.
shuffling sideways to get through.
Riku would try to shuffle through to get like close to the door.
Okay. Axel has to sort of step out of your way for a moment to be able to let you by.
I'd back
Okay.
up to the corner of the scorch marks.
Thank you.
Or actually,
Now,
before Riku gets close to it, I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy on the door just to
hold on,
see if it happens to open or not.
hold on. What are you gonna try to do, my friend?
Could have a backdraft situation.
Well, that would just show us if it's unlocked or locked. If it's unlocked, it would just open up,
Okay.
and like any trap.
Well, I was gonna see if it was trapped.
Where are you standing when you cast Thaumaturgy, Sir Venom?
Yeah, I guess I can't take it back now. At the corner of the scorch marks.
Okay. As you do so, fire engulfs each of the 4 halls in a large conflagration that shoots out the halls at the end in almost like a big like bloom, each one of these. And you are ever so slightly in the fire. I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. Um,
Well,
danger sense?
You're good, actually, Axel. It does not hit you and Riku. It only hits Sir Venom because of his positioning in comparison to yours, technically, by the looks of it. I'm just like triple checking this, but yeah, I think that's going to be the case here. And Vincent had not yet gone up. Vincent, we'll get to you in a moment because it looks like you just walked down the hall, but
Yeah, what are
I
you
just
doing,
wanna,
wanted
like,
to
Vincent?
see. Well, I wanted to see what the fuck was going on.
Gonna get struck by
Oh,
lightning, dog.
No.
What?
so Sir Venom, you're going to take
So how you don't pay attention?
Wait, I thought I was with you. I was following you guys.
49 points of damage.
We made a hole in this wall,
fire damage.
Oh,
so he didn't have to walk down the hallway because there was a trap down this hallway.
Yeah.
I see.
Vincent, you see flames shoot down the hallway, and it looked like you ran down the hallway to the other side. Is that right? You ran all the way down to here?
Say no.
Well, and then I noticed this big hole right here, and looked right and stopped, and was like, oh,
Okay.
Uh,
That's fair.
I'm
Yeah, if you knew the
still
hole was there, you probably wouldn't have ran by it.
But you do see the fire just like shoot down that hallway.
Riku went.
And then I would yell down here and go, guys.
"Yeah, we're here. Just be
Is,
careful, man."
Or
And
like
then Riku would say, "Sir
cough
Venom,
and,
don't
like,
move." And then he
dust
pull
the
out
ash
his.
off myself. I'm like, well, we found the fire trigger.
Riku would
And
sort of like put his hands up and like move them down slowly and be like, "Everybody chill, calm down, nobody move," and like reach into his vest, like looking like he's gonna pull out a gun, but instead pull out a wand. It's a wand of secrets, and he's gonna give it a flick and wave.
And what does it do for you? Wand of
The
Secrets.
wand has 3 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges. And if a secret door or trap is within 30 feet of you, the wand pulses and points at the one nearest to you. The wand regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's definitely a trap, and it's definitely emanating from this like walled-in area.
Hmm.
Is it a magical trap, Riku?
Riku's going to say, he's going to point at the wall and say, "That's where the flame's coming from. But I was more concerned about this." And he points at the door. And he said, "This doesn't seem trapped, according to the wand."
The door?
Yeah, that's what I was more worried about.
All right. Is the handle
Riku
hot?
summons. I was gonna say Riku summons his mage hand and kind of gives the handle a jiggle to see if it's unlocked.
You summon your mage hand, and Vincent, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
What have you done, Riku?
As you summon your mage hand, you see the fire once more engulf each of the 4 hallways, causing the conflagration and then the flume to shoot fire out into the hall beyond. The mage hand has no issue opening the door, by the way.
I'm gonna trigger my ability, assuming that I failed. A 10 is a fail. I get
Yes, it is.
once per day reroll. How about a 20?
Riku would
That
jump
is a
back on his
success.
Riku would jump back on his broom and say, "All right, I guess we go forward."
That's going to be 64 points of damage, cut in half to 32 points of damage, Vincent.
Yikes. What'd you do? How much was it?
32.
32.
The smell of cooked tortoise hits the
Oh.
air as you look into a room beyond. This room should be roughly octagonal by the looks of it, and yet it has little alcoves and inlets all into the interior. There is a fountain that looked like it once upon a time spewed water into a cement basin, but it is now empty. At the top of the fountain is a single jeweled item. Everything else within the room is quiet. The room is made of the same brick-like material, but it is more masterfully built. The walls behind you that you're currently within are rough. These are smooth. So the brick is well placed.
Riku points at the
Any
jewel.
object.
I assume that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Riku, go grab it.
Let's
barehanded.
make sure it's not gonna like trigger something. Like if we like say what might happen is we take that jewel off of there and instantly this whole place starts flooding. So that's
Correct.
what I'm thinking. If I've, you know,
So Riku's like, I was thinking, if that be the case, perhaps you all go back, and then I stay here, grab it, and dimension door to where the guy is, and then have him get us out of here.
okay.
But what if it triggers like a fight of some kind?
How
Uh,
could we, Sir Venom? Are you able to do that thing where we talk like in our mind, where we communicate through our minds or whatever? Mind talking.
It would take it would take 10 minutes, or no, it would take an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, we don't. Yeah, we don't have that time. We're
Oh
losing
wait,
it.
no, it would only take 10 minutes, not an hour and 10 minutes.
Cause we got
Hours
it.
of duration.
Cause air is getting thin down here.
Yeah, I'm sure all that fire burning up the oxygen didn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a matter
So
of fact, can you guys roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
oh,
Fine.
Oh,
Still
that was the
holding
wrong
your breath.
button.
my thing is a little laggy.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
Ooh, I rolled
Ooh.
a 23.
Am I gonna die again?
Nope. You just take another point of exhaustion.
Okay, then he's so.
Did everybody roll, or is it just like lagging heavily?
Uh,
I've got
I didn't. 'Cause I
Riku.
have
Can you
the
see my roll?
breathing thing.
Oh, Vincent, I need. Oh, you. Okay, gotcha. No, I can see everybody's roll. Yep.
Okay.
So Axel, you take a point of exhaustion, and Riku, you take a point of exhaustion.
Howie, I'm tired.
All right, Riku. Good luck.
Wait, don't leave me.
You just told us to leave you, so
I know, but hold on. Before we go,
okay.
you might top me off. He turns to Sir Venom.
Oh, like HP wise.
You got anything? Help me out, bro.
Why don't you just
Let's see,
touch yourself?
I'll use my fancy cure wounds on you.
Is that a spell?
Oh, jeez.
I think so.
Obviously, we
It's
can't.
from my item. It says while holding the icon, you can take an action to heal one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you.
And where are you standing when you cast this?
I don't know who moved my guy, but I would have let Riku lead the way, so I would have been back here.
Okay. And are you going to cast it right now?
Yes.
Vincent's
right.
gonna dive into the cave.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for the healing, and as Vincent dives in the cave, give me
Ooh,
an acrobatics roll, Vincent.
26 HP back to Riku.
Okay.
We'll
Pretty
see
good.
for how long.
13.
Uh,
Good.
I'm gonna say that's not good enough. The fire once again blasts through the hallway, and you're going to take 61 points of damage.
Oh, I think I'm down.
Are you really?
Yeah, I was at 60. I'm at -1.
Oh, sorry.
It's only like these parts of the hallway, though, right?
Yes. Yep. And it was as
Okay.
he dove out, basically, that it caught him.
I'm gonna go to the start
Good.
and I'm gonna bring Vince to the start, and
Yeah.
you guys figure it out.
Yeah, give him a potion and
Yeah.
save his ass.
Okay.
And
And then
Riku looks to.
once they're clear, I'm tired of this little fire dookie in the middle. I'm gonna cast Stone Shape and.
Oh no
open it up.
My friend, I don't know if we want to mess
Stop
with that.
casting shit.
I think
Okay.
I think we should not do that. I think we should just get the jewel and go. Let's
Well, let's grab the
Are we-
jewel and then I'll open it up because I
are
want
we connected by the mind yet?
Did we want to wait the 10 minutes and cast that, or were we trying to rush?
I don't think casting spells is such a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's just give him some time to make it back to the entrance, and then we'll grab the jewel and go.
Vincent, roll a regular potion of healing.
What's that?
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah.
And remind the guy that
2d4.
if it starts flooding, all 5 of us can breathe underwater. So there's no rush in teleporting out and leaving us behind.
7.
I prefer just to get out of here. I'll just dimension door and I can take you with me.
All right, you are up, Vincent, and you are able to move where you would like. Okay, so what are you two doing, Riku and
Get out of
Servenom?
here.
Yeah.
The idea is we're going to give them some time to make it back to the entrance, and then Sir Venom and I are going to try to go in this room
Hold
and
up,
grab
Vincent. Okay, so you and Sir Venom are going to do what?
we're gonna give them some time to make it back to the entrance.
Yep.
Before we go into the room, then I want to try to just like go in there really quick, grab the item with Sir Venom, and then dimension door back to the entrance.
Gotcha. While you're waiting, Axel and Vincent, I need you to both roll a history check to see if you can remember which stones not to step on,
History.
because it's a little tricky.
History. Okay. Okay.
You are both very sure you know where the stones are.
Nice. Nice.
Vincent follows.
Yeah. This way, Vincent.
I'll
As you
skip and a jump.
step through, there's no problem, Axel. Vincent, you get 90% of the way there. Give
Okay.
me
Oh.
give me a dexterity saving throw as you feel a stone begin
Oh.
to collapse under your weight. Give me a dexterity
Vincent!
saving throw.
Oh,
24.
Oh.
That is good enough, and you pull your foot off the stone before you believe you trigger anything.
Ugh. This place is giving me the heebies.
You squeeze through the passages, and you reach the attendant for Aurora's realms. Riku and Sir Venom, you wait roughly 2 minutes, 3 minutes. They should be back by now.
And while we're waiting, I want to send the eye in to get like a really good look at the gem and like what's holding it there, and like minor illusion up a version for me and Riku to like study.
Gotcha.
we can
The
see,
only
can we?
reason. Sorry, say that again.
We can see it from like the doorway, can't we?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
if
yeah,
there's,
absolutely.
you know, like levers or little secret things? This is like looking at it under a magnifying glass.
So from the doorway, your view of it sort of actually obscures the fact that it's not just a gem. It is. How do I describe this? It is a ring with gem sense set into it. Let me see if I can. Do I have a photo of this? Yeah, it's a set of rings actually. It looks like it's 2 rings with multiple little sapphires set into it. And the rings were sort of set on the brick in a way where you really only your attention was focused to the gems themselves.
Are they just like sitting on it? Are they like secured to it at all?
They are intertwined with there's 4 rings in particular. They're intertwined with a single silver chain looping each of them and then nailed into the top of this fountain. And this fountain, it looks actually made of the same sort of brick or marble or something as the bricks in the room.
Okay.
What do you think? Do
Well,
we both fly up and get real close, then grab it and dimension door out?
I'm thinking if we fly up to it, I'll cast Stone Shape on the fountain to like loosen the nail so that you can just like, so one of us can grab it and then you can be ready to dimension doors like as soon as we have it. As soon as like the nails are loose and we can scoop it up.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so Venom stretches, like looks over Riku, be like, "All right, you ready?"
Ready.
All right, so we both fly in up to the fountain.
Okay. No issues with that. And you reach up and you take the rings.
You said they're nailed to the thing, right?
Yeah, and as you get close, you suspect you might, with a little bit of strength, be able to rip it out if you so want.
Let's see. Do you want to try that and not risk casting a spell before the dimension door?
Yeah, let's do that. Riku's like got his hand out ready to open the door.
Okay, so
Whenever you grab him, I'll just like grab your hand and you grab the rings, and then I'll pull you through the door.
okay, I reach out with both hands and I try to pull the rings off.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check, please.
Oh, 4.
Yeah, it's a little beyond your ability at the moment, is what I would say.
All right,
Hammer
so I
didn't too tight.
turn to Riku. I'm like, all right, be ready to dimension doors as soon as I have these, and then I cast Stone Shape on the fountain to have it let go of the rings.
Yeah, and like the sword from the stone, you pull the nail up and out, and
Let's
the
go.
rings are in your hand. And as you turn to look at Riku, what should be a sound does not emanate from his mouth. Instead, you suddenly both feel yourselves gasping for air. But the air that had been getting thinner as you pulled the rings from the stone completely disappeared. Vincent and Axel, you yourselves feel the oxygen sucked from the chamber. You cannot breathe, and therefore you cannot speak and use verbal components of spells.
Okay.
Okay.
What would you guys like to do?
Does dimension door, I'm assuming, has a verbal component?
Its only component is verbal.
Oh, of course.
Gotta get creative
Riku,
now,
Riku will
boy.
gesture to put the thing back.
I tried putting the rings back on the thing to see if anything changes.
Nothing changes. You still cannot
Just
breathe. The seconds are slowly beginning to tick away.
Riku points to the exit, start running back.
get on your broom and have it tell you to tell it, or you can't tell it because you can't talk.
Yeah.
Is there any like puddle big enough for us to submerge our heads into?
There is. You did see one up over here, as a matter of fact.
Okay, so I grab Riku and I'm like, I motion to follow me and I tow us back towards that water.
Okay. So like up this way.
Yep.
Okay.
Traps on
I
the ground.
I need both of you as you walk through this chamber. I need both of you to make a
Wouldn't walk over the traps.
acrobatics check to be able to squeeze through this entryway here.
Ugh. Session inspiration. Ooh, nat 1 to a nat 20.
Okay. And you're on your broom, is that right, Riku?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need an acrobatics check from you as well, still. He's just walking along the corridor. There is no fire. No fire occurs. You glide through the entryway behind him, and you pull him into this area, Sir Venom.
Yep, and then I like motion keep going, and then I dunk both of our heads underwater and take in a big breath.
And it works. You are able to breathe once more.
And then can I cast Dimension Door? You have to go in the water.
As your face is pushed under the water, you can take a breath, and then you are able to use verbal spell components again. Yes.
All right. I cast Dimension Door to get us to the front.
And heads and shoulders soaking wet, you appear before Axel and Vincent and the surprised dwarf from Aurora's realms.
We gotta go.
Triumphantly lifts the rings into the air.
You guys can actually speak here. It seems that the water or the air in this area has not been expunged. Axel and Vincent, as you cross that threshold from brick to rough stone, you regain the ability to breathe.
Nice.
Oh, good.
I like
Let's
breathing.
get out of here.
All right.
All right. The dwarf suddenly looks at you. Oh, that was pretty quick. Okay, gather around, gather around. He sort of like squeezes in between everyone. And presto! And you are teleported instantly back to Aurora's realms.
Dang.
Presto.
While we're like in the confusion, is there a way for me to like sleight of hand one of the rings off of the silver thing
Oh
into
my
my
God.
pocket? Be all
They
sneaky.
are like the silver holding them together is like a big silver loop, basically. So you would have to break the silver loop somehow.
Okay, never mind then.
Okay.
Figured I'd at least ask about it.
And you all show back up within Aurora's realms, and he goes, all right, you have the Ring of Elementals?
Yeah, this shit almost killed us.
I hold up the thing. I'm like, I have several rings.
Yeah, it should be 4, right?
Is that how many there were?
Yeah, that's exactly correct.
Yep.
That is how-
I count them off like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yup.
Nice. And he goes, oh, excellent, excellent. And he holds out his hand. You drop him into his hand.
Yep.
Perfect. Debt repaid. Should have that axe ready for you, and hopefully no more than 8 or 9 days at this point.
Nice.
Who looks to fucking Axel and is like, I hope that's worth it. It's like coughing up
I
blood.
hope as well. I mean, look, you handled yourself real well there, Riku. You only got electrocuted one time.
Yeah.
I got fucked up and I didn't even do anything. I need to go take a nap.
I hate traps. Says.
Yeah. Let's get back to the old shenanigans. We need to. What were we gonna do before that? I think we need to talk to like the fancy people, like the people who are in charge of these cities.
Fancy
That's what-
people?
Yeah.
Didn't Hansel
Hansel is
set
going
up
to
a
talk to
meeting or
Lord
something?
Neverember. Oh, it's
Funny,
Oh.
because you actually see Barrack Clanghammer enter Aurora's realms. And he goes, exactly who I would like to see. Hello, Minerva. Hello, Quentin. Hello, Quester. And like all the shop attendants sort of, Mr. Clanghammer, are in business for the city? No, 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 I'm here for these fools. I mean, these gentlemen.
Hey.
And he sort of goes up to you. We have much to discuss. Do you have time now?
Riku pulls himself
Sure.
together. I suppose we have time.
Well,
Where must we go?
let me see. Let's go to the wizards. No, we'll go back to Castle Never, and then we should be able to be teleported to the Lord's Alliance if you are okay with that. Although, and he looks at you. Oh, you're terribly bedraggled. What occurred?
We had to settle a debt with these guys. Thumbs over shoulder. We could,
Couldn't pay for your magic.
oh, we paid for it all right.
I can see.
We just,
Um,
they're buddies of ours. We like to help them out when we can.
Well, I could have an attendant. Yes, come with me. Uh, we'll bathe you in the healing fires of the Temple of Tyr on our way by. That should restore you to tip-top shape, let's say. And then would you be willing to come with me to speak with the Lord's Alliance? All of the council is being convened now.
Sounds like something we don't want to miss.
Indeed.
I mean, if the council's being called and we're, getting an exclusive invitation, we mustn't keep them waiting.
we mustn't.
Oh. Then come along, come along. And he begins marching out the doors once again, staff clicking and clopping across the stone.
Riku pulls broom out of a bag of holding, throws it on the ground, jumps on, and starts flying. Surfboarding.
I turned to Vincent. I'm like, hey, Night Raven buddy, you wanna help me out with these like scorched clothes? I like look down at how like I'm kind of covered with soot and not looking super presentable.
Vincent snaps his fingers and uses precipitation to make their venom look spiffy again.
And it's almost like when you open the flume of a chimney where like ash will suddenly like drop out into the fireplace. It's like all the dirty ash just drops off of Sir Venom's clothes onto this like nice marble ground. And Barrack Clanghammer's like, hey, don't sully the streets. Come along, come along.
Riku's
Vincent
like,
looks around embarrassed.
it's a nice
And
trick,
then
but I
he
like mine
snaps
better.
his fingers. Oh, go ahead.
And instead of doing prestidigitation, Riku just like pops his collar, and then his clothes like change from one outfit into another.
Oh, nice. All right. And he leads you to the Temple of Tyr. You are greeted out front by a clerical attendant I don't actually have a map or anything for this, but it'll be brief anyways. They bring you forth to the outside of the temple where the great brazier of Tyr sits, and it is blue fire. All you have to do is place your hands within it to warm them, and you should feel yourselves fully rejuvenated as if there was a long rest. So you guys can
The outfit
smash
I
out.
put on is a mirror of Clanghammers.
Gotcha. I see that we have another man of style amongst us as he looks you over while you all place your hands within this warm bathing fire.
Riku's just gives him a smile and says, "I like the cut of your jib," and just goes to heal himself.
So is this like long rest healing, short rest healing,
This
HP
is
healing?
full long rest healing, and if you have more than if you have 2 levels of exhaustion, it will heal that as well.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and smash that. I think that probably brings everybody back up to full, but I don't know entirely know.
Yeah.
Guess you got my
Definitely does
spell
for
slots
me.
back too.
Okay.
Still good again.
I've been waiting to be
Wow.
able to make like a passage in a tunnel with stone shape.
Riku looks to the Raven boys and is like, "Why hasn't our queen built a place like this somewhere in the city? It would be nice to have, you know."
And Barrack Clanghammer goes, actually, it was the Order of the Gauntlet who brought this to our city. Really splendid. I mean, the Temple of Tears been here ever since, but the brazier of public healing, anyone can use, and
Hmm.
it's at their it's at the expense of the Order, as a matter of fact. Ah, here we go, Drogon. And up sort of hobbles an old wizard, one that you have seen before. He accompanied Barrack Clanghammer, and he goes, Wizard of the Moon, at your service, Senor Clanghammer. And Clanghammer says to him, "Excellent. Yes, we would appreciate you to teleport us to the Lord's Lion's chambers." And he goes, "As you wish. Gather round, everyone. I don't know if you've ever had the chance to teleport, but it's quite an experience, like being squeezed through a tube."
Hmm.
Sort of looks at you all.
Yeah, like we've teleported a bunch of times, and
No,
we've never
Riku
been
like grins and
squeezed
looks
through
to the
no tube.
boys, gives him a nudge, and goes, "Yeah, this is our first time."
Make a deception check, Riku. And do it at disadvantage because Sir Venom was like about to spill the beans.
Sorry, 1 sec. Deception. At disadvantage, you said? Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
I gotta go
yeah.
one more time. So the 10.
And he looks at you, and then he looks at Sir Venom, and he looks a little confused. Well, either way, abracadabra, and he clinks his staff on the ground, and you zip out. All right. You find yourselves on the outside, looking in, of what is a beautiful chamber. This chamber. Sorry, let me find it.
So this is I'm assuming this gathering is because of whatever news Hansel delivered.
Yes, that is exactly right. I don't know where I placed this. Where did I put this?
Think we're under arrest, boys.
Shoot my way out.
You find yourselves teleported to a chamber, and I will reveal this so you can see. That does have a door, and it has 4 stained glass windows. As you arrive in this room, you can see that there are many people already seated around a circular dais inset into the ground. You see the Blackstaff, Tenora Hadare, across the room, up against what appears to be almost a portal, but it's almost as if it's a scrying table turned vertical instead of laying horizontal.
We,
There is. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna ask if we feel our magic suppressed here at all.
You do not. You do not feel the magic suppressed. You do notice several what appear to be suits of armor lingering around the room, as well as decorative emblazoned shields on the walls. And there are 2 flags behind you, set along the wall, that actually include many different symbols of the people in front of you, as a matter of fact. As you look at the flags, you notice the symbols of Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter, Luskin, as well as Itar, Eltergard, and the country of Amun. As you look around, you begin to place the faces to the symbols. Lord Clanghammer walks away from you and takes the last open seat. And all eyes sort of look towards you momentarily. Because in marches none other than Hansel. And Hansel, where'd you go, my lad? Here he is. He marches in through the doors, and beyond, you can actually see that you are in some sort of tower. You see that his griffin is on a ledge overlooking the clouds. So you can't really see where you are other than you are high up. He marches past you, pats you on the back as he pushes through. Good to see you, brother. And then steps in. Lords, ladies, I come before you with grave news. I've already informed Lord Clanghammer, who sent missive to open Lord Mertonius of this information. The Order of the Gauntlet has gone missing. You see each of the individuals in their seats either they react in some ways. Some of them shuffle in their seats. One of them bows their head to the floor. One of them doesn't react at all. The individual closest to you, who happens to be a drow by the looks of it. And the woman, who's an elderly woman, appears to make a symbol of religious fervor across her face and chest. My brother and his friends, and at this point Hansel points to the lot of you, were integral in, attempting to thwart whatever dastardly plan was being set afoot. In a different place, while the Order of the Gauntlet disappeared, it is said that a portal to the abyss was opened and something was taken from within. We do believe this related to none other than Zugdmoy, the demon goddess of rot. In regards to the Order, this is the least fortuitous time they could go missing. I myself have attempted to reach them, my brother and his friends as well, although through a slightly different means. You see, their friend was looking to be questioned, or rather, the Order was looking to question their friend, due to the Quanon firing off in regards to a magical item that is apparently within his possession. I don't have all the details. My brother and his friends do. And if you have questions, I would implore you ask them. And all eyes sort of turn to the 4 of you. And Hansel steps out of the dais off to the side.
When everybody looks over at us, Riku kind of like looks at everyone and goes, "All right, now." Like we strike a pose. Like everyone like does a cool pose.
Everybody roll an intimidation check.
Oh, hell yeah. A 1?
Wait, sorry, are we rolling for something?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, an intimidation check as you strike a cool pose.
Intimidation. Trying to intimidate these people?
And we've gotten 2 1s and a 9. Or 2
Yeah,
1s and a 3. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yes, this is amazing.
You guys all sort of like smile and like put your hands on your hips, but it almost looks farcical. The level of like pose that you're presenting.
Goofy.
Yeah, very, very goofy. In fact,
Yeah.
you see the drow before you give a smirk, and that's the first reaction that he's had the entire conversation.
Vincent's gonna feel this and then feel like embarrassed, like we're not making
Yeah.
self-aware.
He wants to
self-awareness.
recoil in his shell.
Mid pose, Axel just rips a nasty fart.
Readjust. Okay.
Yes.
Vincent.
It's just
All right.
Scooches
sorry.
himself away.
Yeah, sorry, fellas.
Riku takes a step to the side.
Yeah. It's all that protein.
And you can see Hansel across the room put his hand in his head, or his head in his hands. And he's like, brother Roosters, if you wouldn't mind taking your place, and he points to the center of the dais.
Oh yes, of course. Riku
This,
Riku steps forward very, confidently.
Try to make up by that by like flying dramatically into the center and then landing in a superhero pose.
Supposed to stand on the
There's
table?
nothing ominous about this at all. Riku looks in a circle around at all the lords.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not a table. It's like a lowered golden dais set into the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in a
And,
trial, Riku says,
Axel,
like with a smirk.
Axel feels like he's staring into a mirror as he looks at the man across from him.
As you step into this area, Tenora Hadare taps the staff on the ground and says a word. And she goes, "The zone of truth is activated."
Hey, I didn't agree to that.
Oh snap!
And
Riku says, "I knew it." Looks at the other guys.
the woman stands up and she looks at you all. "We apologize for having to place you under this imposition. It's not that we trust you or not. It's about knowing what we need to know. Who is Rudolf van Richten? And why is the Order of the Gauntlet chasing him?"
He's my grandfather. Riku smiles.
And the words
And,
tumble from your mouth without a lie.
And then he says, "The gauntlet seeks what he possesses."
Indeed. What is this thing that he possesses?
An artifact of great power, dark power.
Hmm. And where was he taking this? Do you know?
Candlekeep was its destination.
She looks back at Hansel. They answer truthfully, Hansel. She seems rather satisfied by this.
Yeah. Riku, kind of looks up at the lords. He's like, "We have no reason to lie." He's like, "That's why we weren't alarmed by this circle." And then he looks up at the black staff in particular, and he's just like, just kind of locks eyes with her, and then just like keeps going about the interrogation.
Gotcha. Individual behind you stands. And tell us more of these individuals that you encountered on the Isle of... What was it, Hansel? Torre Scola? He sort of nods. That's correct, Grand Duke. Every one of you recognizes the title and realize that this is the leader of Baldur's Gate addressing you at this moment in time.
Oh shit! I say, I can do you one better than tell you about them, and like minor illusion up a like a hologram of Ayu's. Like this little brat was behind it all.
And do you only show IUs, or do you show the others?
Yeah, I guess I'd show Ayu's at first, and then I would show Natasha. Remeroth, is that their last name?
Remeros, yeah.
Like
Is
the
it?
Remeros family. Like Natasha, this one, and like hologram her up. Like she was trying to help our compatriots, lift this nasty curse, and then her little brat did something with this, and then I hologram up a hologram of that, like the mushroom amulet that almost cost me my
Yeah.
arm.
He interfered with the ritual essentially, and things went wrong. But in the end, worked out, but not as well as they could have, because as you have been told, an evil has been released or trapped again in the mists.
And as you're showing these figures, another individual stands. He's a younger man, probably the youngest of everyone here, who is apparently in charge of a different city or country. And he goes, "Hold, I recognize that woman." And as the minor illusion passes back to the image of Natasha, she's a powerful merchant. Showed up in Amun 3, 4 years ago. Was able to pay coin for our most precious of magical artifacts. Where did you see her? Where did you encounter her? No, we've been looking for her for years. We would like to know where she obtained all the gold.
We don't actually believe that she is insidious in nature. She may be just harboring some very dark powers, but what like her she, like it's she's involved with dark things, but like her intentions aren't dark, is what it seems like. Is what Riku's saying.
She seems like a good egg all around.
But her husband is clearly evil in his purest form, and her son is chaos incarnate. So
Like, does anyone recognize this motherfucker? And I'd hologram up the husband in his like demon form. Like, this is
And
the guy
as
that attacked us at the island.
and as you do so, the resolute Faria Jinx makes the sign of some religion once again, and she says, "Hell's below. Let's graz it. Once
Yeah,
upon a
that's what
time,
they called him.
Lieutenant to Asmodeus, leader of the Nine Hells himself. You saw Grazit on the material plane?"
We
She
fought him.
looks sharply. You
Had
fought
him
we
on
him
the
and
had him on the
lived?
ropes too.
we repelled him
And
back to
where
whence
did
he
he?
came.
He went through the portal.
He's in a place called the Abyss now.
Yes.
You can see her pondering this momentarily. Devils do not defect from the Nine Hells to the Abyss. The Blood War consumes them entirely. To do so is, well, the only act of greater treason would be an angel, such as Zariel, defecting to the Nine Hells.
Well, we don't believe it was his intention to stay in the Abyss. We kind of trapped him there by closing the portal before he could come back.
And yet he willingly dragged this witch, Natasha, and at this point it's High Mage Methramar asking the question. You say that he dragged this witch, Natasha,
Yes.
into the Abyss with her.
It looked like they wanted to maybe trap her in the Abyss while they released the evil mushroom baby on all of us.
He sort of glances at the man to his left, the man to his right. The man to his right just shrugs. You know this more than I do. Jarlaxle sort of looks at the High Mage and stands and he says, "Is there any spider symbology?"
Mostly
Mm,
mushrooms.
there was spiders before the Kraken. Riku says there was
You
there was
fought a
some sort of
kraken?
ritual happening. Yeah,
You can
I
see
think.
that all of the lords and Resolute and the Water Bear, and they're all like glancing at each other, like they they're truthfully saying they fought a kraken.
Yes,
No,
my
we didn't,
friend here vanquished it.
we
He
didn't fight it. We killed
gestures to Axel,
And
and
Hansel says,
we're in
"I
the
told you."
circle, so they know we're telling the truth.
Yeah. Well, we got the teeth. We got the teeth of it.
At this, you see Jarlaxle sort of look at you all and finally give like a full-throated smile and goes, "Well, I'll be. That's quite impressive." And he sits back down. He could have glanced over at Klanghammer and Open Lord Mertonius. I think they're our guys.
Vincent acknowledges. Think so too.
Yeah, Riku looks at the gang and is like, "See, I told you, telling the truth never hurts."
it.
Uh,
And while we have all their attention, I want to hologram up the evil mushroom baby and be like, brought this back from the abyss. Like, yeah, any of you guys recognize it? It seemed like the whole point of the ritual seemed to be centered around this little thing.
And it nearly killed you.
I almost lost my arm.
Resolute Faria Jinx leans forward to get a better look. The black staff steps up towards the circle. You see Methramar glance at it. Blackstaff Tenor Hadare walks closer and around. looking at this effectively hologram from multiple sides that you produce. And after a moment, she goes, I do believe that's some sort of visage of Zugdmoy, demon goddess of rot. And you said that there was an amulet, and if you can produce that again, a
Yeah,
visual of the
I
amulet.
hologram that back up.
My understanding is that, based on everything you said, it sounds as if the amulet was a tether tied to this obelisk, and she sort of glances back at Hansel and he nods, which opened a portal between the abyss and the material plane. Ayuz brought some sort of visage of Zugdmoy through, and then left with her. This
God?
is dire, dire news.
Are you saying he was carrying a god?
Demon prince, technically, but deity-like in power, typically.
Riku has an audible gulp. Ooh.
Indeed. And you know not where they've gone?
We believe they reside in the Feywild, but other than that, we're not sure where their goings and where their goings are. We can't follow them beyond our own realm. We're not capable.
No, fair. That is fair.
This just outside game, Richimalot, is that's the place where we think Rudolph and the Order are trapped, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Although, and actually, as you are thinking about this, Mert goes, and the Order. What do you know about them? Tell
You
us
guys
more.
ever heard of a place called Richmalot? Rishumalot? Richimalot?
They all sort of like look around at each other. No.
What do you know about pocket realms? Riku says.
And at this, High Mage Methramar Arasume, pocket realms, like the sort of thing that exists within Mordenkainen's mansion, or technically a bag of holding? Is that what you're referring to?
Kind of,
A
but
little bit bigger.
think on the scale of like a town, a city, or a country.
Town or city? I mean, the magic required for such a thing must be enormous, immense.
Correct. You need one of these. Riku pulls out minor illusion of his own and shows an obelisk.
Ah, interesting. And he sort of glances at Hansel. The what are these? We've seen them. We know they exist here within the Sword Coast. There are rumors of them in different tomes and texts. It sounds like you've encountered this object.
Yes. They are ways to channel immense power into all sorts of unspeakable acts.
Again, they all
Pocket
sort of
realms, or what have you. Become a vampire god. All sorts of crazy things.
Leia vampire god.
I really don't like. Vincent starts to get angry, thinking about Strahd, bringing back all those memories, being stuck in the.
Yeah, losing a
Other-
comrade.
Yeah, and then thinking about Van Richten. That he's probably sucked into another one right now as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
you see the Messiarch notice your anger, and he looks at you and he goes, "Are there stories of people being lost in the? You said in the mist?" And he sort of looks at Hansel and looks at you, Vincent.
Vincent just makes a gesture to like the group standing before them, like you're looking at them.
You were lost in the mist. I only ask because I've heard stories of merchants going missing in the mist and only saying like a single guard escaping to the nearest town. I just thought them fanciful tales of misdemeanor by such an individual, and typically that person's tried in Amen if such a thing happens. At this,
Fortunately, the
Vincent,
tales are true, and those who
Vincent
enter the
inquires
mist,
where. Yeah.
those who
Where
enter the
these-
mist typically don't return, but we are but a few who do.
so you say that, and then Vincent, what do you say?
asked him. He inquires about where the mist, like where mists around here might have been that they're
And
referring to.
Jarlaxle pipes up and he goes, I've heard of the mists absorbing entire ships at sea before. And the water baron Victor Trahan speaks up and he goes, the same has happened along the rivers. It's happening no more than every other year, but eating up a ship does not go well with most of us. And at this, Clanghammer says, we've heard that the mists absorb folk in and around Neverdeath Graveyard. We've never been able to find any proof of it before. One after the other, they seem to suggest the mists have some level of impact or rumor in their own homes. Baldur's Gate, Waterdeep, Neverwinter, Luskan, Silvery Moon, Itar, Eltergard, and Amen. Effectively the entire Sword Coast. Suddenly realizing it has the same rumors.
Oh,
He looks around, like realizing that, it's happening everywhere. It's like, this is it's bigger than we thought, gentlemen.
Yeah, like one of those might be like, were there any of those rumors take place like the last place that the order was known to be? Anywhere around there?
They all sort of pause for a moment. Resolute Feria Jenks, the order resides within my realm. Eltergod theoretically should have no evil within it at this time. Between Zariel being our guardian angel within the High Hall and providing sanctuary for the Quanon and the Order, we would know if any such a thing happened. Which means that the mists themselves are either not evil or cannot be picked up by the Quanon and Zariel.
From Sir Venom says, like, from what I've been able to gather, seems like the mist just may be where the border between our plane and these like pocket realms might be a little more porous than normally, and things can slip through. They may not
Sort of,
necessarily be evil.
she nods and she says, that fits. It's an intelligent deduction.
More of a doorway than an entity. Doorways aren't good or bad.
Finally, Jarlaxle speaks up and he goes, it sounds like to me there are two main problems. One, the Order of the Gauntlet is missing. This is a danger to us all along the Sword Coast, the Lord's Alliance here, and who knows, maybe further afield. Two, this individual named Dayuz has unleashed a demon prince in the form of Zugdmoy upon at least maybe our material plane, but maybe they're hiding in the Feywild. We don't know where. And we have no idea whether or not these things are related, if these obelisks that this individual, you said your name was Riku, is that correct?
That's me.
Showed us. And it feels as if these two things are both incredibly important. He sort of looks around. Do we, as a group, have a suggestion to these folk as to which one they should investigate first? The dukes, the lords, the leaders of these individual places sort of look around at each other, concerned.
Riku looks at the black staff and it's like, is this all still necessary? Like talking about the spell.
I don't believe so. And she drops it, and none of the lords protest.
Thank you.
Of course.
Riku feels a little bit relieved.
But Hansel speaks up and he goes, I would like to go after the Order of the Gauntlet. As the only remaining member, even though I'm a squire, I do feel it's my duty to try to save my brothers and sisters. And they look at him with a mixture of sympathy and worry. Open Lord
Riku-
Mert. No, go ahead.
Riku stands up and he's like, brother and sisters. It's like, what about me?
And Mert goes, not in the literal sense, lad. Hansel, you're a good man. And your time in Waterdeep has been well documented. You are an asset to the city in ways that are incomprehensible. But I do not believe it behooves anyone to send you off on a wild goose chase. No. No, I think we need a measured approach here. He glances over at the Blackstaff, and she actually steps forward, and she says, "Might I suggest a plan?" They all sort of turn in their seats to her, ever so slightly.
Riku kind of like scratches his chin. That's not really our typical procedure, but maybe this once we'll hear you out.
I
We
would
we don't really do plans.
my suggestion would be this. Go to Candlekeep and research Rishemalot and whatever these mists are and the obelisks as much as possible. When you feel like you have a grasp on where to go after this, see if you can find the Order and your friend. If you can, then it would be beneficial to us. Having the Order back on the Sword Coast would ensure a little bit of a blanket of security for all of us and our realms. They can watch the Quainon, because if Zugmoy and Ayuz hit any of our areas, we will be able to react more appropriately.
So we're essentially trying to gather the cavalry for the imminent attack, is what you're saying.
I think that's probably the best case scenario, yes.
Does Candlekeep have a representative here?
And they all sort of look shifting, some of them shift uncomfortably, specifically Feria Janks, Grand Duke, Oloric, Whitmirth, Messiarch, Dorian, Selimchant. No, it is decidedly independent. And you can see the Blackstaff say, and it will always remain such. There's little we can do about this. You know that Methramar's mother refuses to join in with this council. And he sits there uncomfortably, and regardless of what I ask her, Alustriel Silverhand will not join. She says it's a library, not it's a place of knowledge. It's not a country, it's not a city state like we are.
Okay, but this Grand Duke guy is Baldur's Gate.
I guess.
Any chance you got one of them fancy teleportation circles you could take us to?
Yes. In fact, we can drop you at the gates of Candlekeep.
Oh,
Um,
marvelous.
And Barrett Klanghammer laughs and goes, there is one issue typically. And Tenora Hadara goes, it's true. This is typically a problem upon entry. You need a book of unique standing to submit to their library to be admitted entry. Do you believe that you have a book of unique standing?
We may have several,
Well, yeah.
but
Library is
that's our business and not yours, Riku says.
I mean, I'm willing to bring you and test it if you think it worthy of unique standing. And Barrett Klankhammer speaks up and he goes, and I know of a unique book within Neverwinter, and actually, it's related to these mists. If you want to give it a look, or rather, I should say, I
Oh,
believe that there's a unique book within Never Death Cemetery, underneath the cemetery in some of the crypts.
oh yes, we would love that. What do you think, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Ancient
get a
mystical
cemetery book.
underneath the
Yeah.
cemetery
Adventure.
That's right up our alley.
called Never Death.
Indeed. It's the cemetery in Neverwinter. It's just a little bit of a silly naming convention, putting never before everything, but
Of course.
folk take to it. Look, yes, there's a history of Neverwinter written by the hand of one of the previous rulers of the city. That is a unique book for sure. So just in case whatever you have is not of the stature that the library needs, I'm not saying that what you have wouldn't work. I don't actually know. You could always just
Yeah.
go and test it out, but I know that this would be a sure bet. That's all.
Yeah. No, and we'd be interested in the contents ourselves. I want to give it a read before we give it up.
Roll an insight check.
Insight. Wow, I am just rolling like complete trash. I can't get above like a 4 or 5.
And he sort of says, "Indeed, yes. It sounds like an interesting text nonetheless." He sort of looks out across the rest of the barons and dukes, leaders. He looks first at Jarlaxle. What do you think? Do we have Luxon's vote for this plan? Jarlaxle nods. And he continues to go around one by one. He goes first to Mert, then to Aloric, then to High Mage Methramar of Silvery Moon, back across to Dorian Selim Chant, Resolute Feria Jinx, until all eyes are upon Water Baron Victor Trahan. And you can see him pausing and looking across everyone until he gruffly says, "Are we going to get our trade treaty ratified? Yatar will have a 20% tariff on all goods in and out." And at this, you see Methramar and Resolute Feria Janks, Grand Duke Aloric, Whitmirth all begin to erupt in rage. Absolutely not. No, this is not the time. You do not hold this council hostage for your petty squanderings of gold.
Put him in the zone of truth. Vincent blurts out.
And everyone sort of like glances over at you and then like kind of ignores you for a moment. And he goes, fine, yes, we'll deal with that later. I understand that this is more important. And he goes, yes, Mr. Clanghammer, tell Lord Neverember Yatar will support. Clanghammer nods and says, then let it be so. Gentlemen, we are requesting your aid in this matter of finding the Order of the Gauntlet. To do this, we believe it the best route to find a unique book and to head to Candlekeep. What say you?
Agreed. And then I don't think we've been paid from our other thing, have we? Because just kind of like a little bookkeeping here. I don't know. He
Whoa.
looks over at
Did we?
Mert.
Mert stands up. He goes, "They don't call me the money lender for nothing." And he pulls out a bag of. You can hear it. It doesn't actually sound like it has a lot in it, but he tosses you a small pouch, and he tosses it to Vincent, who's the closest. And if you look inside it, Vincent, there are a lot of gems. There are 50,000 gold worth of gems.
Woo!
Vincent's
10
eyes twinkle as he looks in the bag.
10,000
And
gold
he,
of diamonds, sapphires, rubies, emeralds, and opals each.
Riku
and he
gives him a
passes it
formal
to
bow and is like,
Yeah.
true to your word,
well,
as
Yeah.
expected.
and Vincent gives Riku the bag to hold on to.
Riku hands it to Axel.
Disperses it.
Okay, I will
Disperses of the
inventory $50,000 worth of gems.
Yeah,
Woo!
and it's 10,000 each of diamond, sapphires, rubies, emeralds.
I just like
opals.
the joke of one person hands to the other one. Just hands
Yeah,
it down the
pass
line.
it down the line.
Okay.
But essentially, it'll probably go in the one of the bags of holdings.
And
I
you
don't know.
say 10,000 of diamonds?
Correct.
Okay. That's a Sir Venom thing. Diamonds, right? For
Those are for
Yeah,
people.
how many,
Well,
surviving.
How many individual diamonds are those?
It's about 50 diamonds.
Oh
What?
shit!
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we
that's an
can sell
additional
all of them and just recoup some
50
money.
I
revivifies.
think it's like a certain dollar amount of diamond is
Right.
one revivify.
Yeah, it's like 300, 500, and then maybe
Ah,
1,000 or something.
like a handful of diamonds, basically.
So yeah.
Diamond's worth 300 GP.
Yeah, so Sir Venom add the diamonds to your inventory,
So
and then I'll add the
it
other
would be like you take like a
40,000.
cup
Yeah.
instead of holy water. You have like a cup of diamonds. You're like, please bring my friend back.
So
Okay.
if you look at
So I'll start
resurrection,
tracking like the gold value rather than like the individual diamonds.
yeah, I think that's the way to go. And the reason I did this is because if you look at things like resurrection and true resurrection, which are a 7th and then 9th level spell, resurrection requires 1,000 gold of diamonds. True resurrection requires 25,000 gold of diamonds.
Wow.
But that's a 9th level spell. So
Expensive.
Yeah.
it is 8:36. Let's take like 5 or so minutes and come back at 8:40, and then we
Sure.
will have you being teleported back to Neverwinter, and we'll take it from there. You are gathered up. Is there anything you wish you would like to anything you'd wish to ask of the council? Anything else you'd like to discuss with them?
Hmm.
Oh,
So what is the order of operations here? We're going to Candlekeep first.
We're going to
well,
Neverwinter
I
to
guess,
find a book to
Oh,
go to
Neverwinter. That's right.
Go to
The book.
Candlekeep. Yeah.
Riku would
but
just
that's
look to the Blackstaff and say, "Feel like tagging along before we go into the mist? I might not come back out." He says, like, and kind of gives her a smile.
I'm good, thank you. My duty is to Waterdeep. The last time a black staff went gallivanting with an adventurer, well, that's how I got my job. And she looks at you, Vincent, as you were about to say something.
no, I was just thinking out loud, like, do we think, like, not in game or anything, but out of game, so this mist, does it seemingly like if we want to go, do we think we can just find a mist to take us, or like, is it like abduct people and we don't really have a choice in the matter type thing?
This is a
How do we
reminder. The Raven Queen did say to you, find the mists and ask for the pass,
Yeah, you still gotta find it though.
which is a little, like, it's pretty vague, right?
Yeah, right. Big, but
ambiguous.
it kind of seems like you gotta. It has to want you to go, and it doesn't seemingly sneak in. I don't know. All right.
Well, let's go find out
I'll
more
just,
information. That's sort of what we're
yeah.
trying to do.
All right.
Break into this crypt.
All
Yeah,
right.
let's go. Let's go to the crypt.
Okay. Tenora, Hadare, and everyone sort of nods. This meeting of the Lord's Alliance is convened. Put it on record. And she steps over to the scrying table that's effectively been turned on its side, taps it, casting a spell, and you can see that the recording of your words is contained within. That the decision making is recorded for all eternity. And Barrett Clanghammer steps over to Dagrod and he sort of motions you all over to join them. We're gonna go back to Neverwinter, just outside of Neverdeath Cemetery, if you will. And he goes, "Oh, okay, we can do that. It's good to be going home." And all the others begin milling about, some of which Jarlaxle leaves, followed by the High Mage, and everyone's sort of making their way out. Resolute Phyrexia Janks and Water Baron Victor Trehan are speaking momentarily. The others are doing, taking business of their own. Hansel does step up. Brother,
Yeah, I was gonna talk to him, but go ahead.
be safe. I, I don't think I can really stress the importance of this. He sort of glances around. There's still people of importance about. There's nothing more important than this. I mean, this might be as big as the Thayan Civil War, engulfing the eastern side of the continent at this point.
Riku, you know, embraces his brother and is like, "Look, I almost wanted to ask you to join us, but then I thought, what would Father say if I got you killed? Our adventures, or what if we both never returned?" He's like, "I can't have that." He's like, "You must stay here and protect the family, protect the realm. If we don't make it back."
He sort of laughs and he says, "I think America might raise us both and kill us first, but I appreciate your point. You're a good
Yes.
brother, and I wish you all the best, Roosters."
Well, we haven't made it this far on luck. He's like, "But if we had, I'd like our chances." Riku gestures to his comrades.
I think some of you are incredibly lucky, and I think you're all lucky to do this together by the looks of it. So, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. And he begins to march out past you all out the door, and you see him head towards his griffin.
Did you get a new one?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Victor and the Resolute begin to leave together. They're talking some sort of trade deal between Eltergard and Yatar. You can hear as they do so. Messiarch, Mert, and the Grand Duke are in rapt conversation. The Blackstaff sort of waiting for Mert. Barrack Clanghammer waves you over once again. Let's head back to Neverwinter.
Sailors.
Let's do it.
Before
All
we
right.
teleport away, should we try another pose? Redeem ourselves in front of everyone?
An exit pose.
Exit pose.
All right. Can we
Vincent's
do
gonna this
can we
time.
do something else instead of deceit this time?
Well,
Performance.
Yeah, we're not
Vincent's
trying
doing an
to
acro.
deceive anyone. We're trying
let's do-
to
Vin-
Yeah, performance.
acrobatically or
I'm down with
athletically
that.
show how well we can perform our.
Oh, Vincent
Awesome.
tried an acrobatics.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Well, he did terribly.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is rough. I mean, your performance is good, Riku. Vincent's acrobatics he does like a one-handed cartwheel that like nearly puts him on his ass. You do a split and finger guns, Sir Venom. You look pretty cool, and then you like fly back up to a standing pose. If Axel, if there's anything you'd like to do, you may.
Axel's just face palming.
At which point, the wizard, you hear him go, "Oh, all right, I don't want to watch any more of this." And he goes, "We're going to Never Death Cemetery. Let's get out of here."
Yeah. I think that that Victor guy was one of the people in the comic books I read as a kid. I should have got his autograph. Yeah. Some story
That guy seemed
about
pretty badass.
some story about him
Legendary.
and yeah. Something
As you
about
are
a bunch of gold or something.
You're saying this, and you're standing next to Drogon and Barrack Clanghammer as you are outside of a crypt in Never Death Cemetery. They sort of look at you and they go, "Oh yeah, Victor Trahan's one of the stories of the Sword Coast. Started Prestige Worldwide with some friends. They saved a bunch of dragons for the city. Gave all the money back basically, except for a little bit. And he started a business. One of his other friends created Aarakocra Ariel, the messenger service that you see all up and down the Sword Coast at this point."
Yeah.
Well, I think we've had to use them a couple of times.
Yeah, I think we
Those
met
birds
another
are
one.
okay flyers.
We met a half orc, a drunk half orc.
Oh, was that the guy at your grand opening? He was a funny lad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he's
had a floppy
he's
hat.
quite the character.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so my understanding is that this is one of the entrances. I don't know if this is the right entrance or not. This is just an entrance to the crypts beneath, or actually, he sort of looks around. No, I think this is the right entrance. There are crypts beneath Neverdeath, and you're standing in the middle of this like ornate cemetery in the middle of Neverwinter. You can see Castle Never off in the distance. You can see the Wizard's Tower back to the north, which you know means your home is somewhere to the northwest of where you are at this moment in time. Never Death Cemetery. My understanding is that there is a book penned by one of the bastard children of one of the kings of Lord Aglarond from 2 or 3 centuries prior, hidden somewhere within these crypts. It's in his
Wonderful.
hand. It will be a unique book, and it details the history of Neverwinter. So that should do to gain you entry into Candlekeep.
Excellent.
Dogan, we should discuss the other matter. Roosters, please feel free to call me upon me at Castle Never if there's something you need. Myself and Lord Neverember are in your service.
And likewise.
Oh.
They begin to walk away out of the cemetery to the north towards the Wizard's Tower.
All right.
Hey, we're in the big leagues now, boys. Riku says.
Right? We just had all the lords of everywhere just ask us for help.
So we just open this thing up.
Actually, before you, the door is
Oh.
already ever so slightly open, and you can see what appears to be some sort of quiet, untouched crypt.
Riku kicks door open.
And as you do so, you can see light spill further in across what appears to be a set of stairs.
Starts to prepare for battle, just like one by one, getting all his like free buffs ready. Pops
So
open his sword, starts like lighting it up.
Is this place lit? Like
It is
as
now.
in light, not cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can see very well because of Riku at this moment in time.
Okay.
Did Axel get a new eye patch?
I haven't had time. I guess I'm still missing one. I have an idea of what I'm gonna do about that. I want to get
So what
like a
what's like your eye injury? Is it just like an empty eye socket?
yeah, I don't have an eye. Like, there's no eye. I got into a bar fight, and a guy broke a bottle, and I got stabbed in the eye. Pretty gouged my eye out. Had to be removed. So yeah, pretty gruesome, but
So
I'm
Sir Venom steps up to him and says, "Take one of those gemstones. Take your favorite color, and find like an eyeball-sized one, and take it out."
You want me to stick a gem in my eye?
Well, not just like a rough
S-
cut one.
I mean, I'll do that for now.
Riku kind
Yeah,
of just like shrugs and like he's a cleric.
yeah,
Yeah. What? I can see Axel taking like a ruby, having like a nice ruby red eye.
yeah. Eventually, I want like a Deathstroke style helmet, where it's just like,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. But for now, I'll just do the gem for now. So,
So first, Sir Venom takes it, and I'm hoping since a gemstone is a mineral, would I be able to cast stone shape on it to form it into like a glass eye type deal?
Yeah, if you would like to do that, you would have to use several. They're relatively small, typically
oh yeah,
speaking.
if you can find a nice ruby, I would like a red
Give him
eye,
to give him like a red eye. That'd be cool.
like a Terminator.
That's what I
You
was
can do
thinking.
that. With 10,000 worth of rubies, you could definitely do that.
You're like
I mean-
Cyborg in Teen Titans now.
So I like put my hands together and kind of mold like a few rubies together into like an eyeball. Do you want like a normal like iris and pupil? Do you want like a snake one, like vertical?
Normal's fine.
All right. So then I hand Axel just a ruby, perfectly sculpted eyeball that will fit perfectly into his eye socket and
Okay.
act and look like a normal eyeball. Just
So,
will be a badass
yeah,
ruby.
like the guys seen Last Action Hero.
No.
Last action.
Probably.
No.
Oh, you haven't seen Last Action Hero? Okay, well, the bad guy in that movie's got a bunch of glass eyes and it's sick, but you gotta see Last Action Hero.
See if I can. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, with Arnold.
yeah.
And before I give it back to Axel, I'll cast light on it, so he has his cyborg eye is also a flashlight.
Nice.
Gotcha. And you, do you pop it in, Axel?
Sure, let's try it out.
Okay. So now you have a menacing red eye helping light up the space. And
Oh,
as you
man.
look around and look down the chamber, you see something that catches your breath because you've been talking in this space. And as you do so, you can see that there are several creatures of undead origin beginning to head up the stairs towards you.
Oh
So
shit.
I would like
Whenever
everybody.
Riku says, and if can I cast anything
Can
before we get started, or
Can I
it's
get
too late?
in this square right here? So it's like
Yeah,
I
that's
was like
okay.
in
And
half of Just wanna.
what were you gonna
Now we're
cast,
all in like
Riku?
normal squares.
I'm gonna cast haste on myself.
Yeah, that's fine. So then go ahead and roll initiative.
Yes, we're fighting. We're doing it.
Level 11.
Oh, 7.
I've had that like gemstone eye idea for Axel for a while now.
Yeah.
And how about you, Vincent?
That's not bad.
Stone shape is it's my favorite. I think it's my favorite spell now.
Right. The whites are actually going to go first by the looks of it. The front two are going to rush up, and yeah, they're going to be able to do this. So they're immediately going to close the distance. And because you were talking about this eye, you were taken a little bit by surprise. They will take some swings at you immediately and be like, "Begone, strangers!" in harsh voices. They will use a life draining attack on Axel. That's going to be a 21 to hit. and I need.
All undead have disadvantage on attack rolls against anyone within 30 feet of me.
Gotcha. Okay, that's going to be a
Right.
miss.
Oh,
Is that how
Nice.
protection from evil and good works?
Is that? Do you just have that up? Is that right?
It's one of my items, Icon of Ravenloft. While within 30 feet of the icon, the creature is under the effect of a protection from evil and good spell against fiends and undead.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we're really strong against undead.
Okay. Well then, let me roll this next attack. The second attack at disadvantage as well.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. All right. And it will hit for. Let me subtract 2 from the second one. It will hit for 16 points of damage on Axel. And
Double crits.
Riku, the same exact thing's going to happen. A life drain attack against you, and that will be an 11, so therefore miss. And then the longsword attack will be a 12, so that's also
Oh
a
my
miss.
goodness. So fucking lucky.
Vincent, we come to you in turn order. You are up first for the group.
Ooh. All right. We got some baddies to deal with. I don't know how much precision I can do with those guys, but let's stand right in the middle, and I am gonna take a snipe shot right through all my peoples
Right?
at one of the people in the middle. Doesn't matter which one, but down in the chamber. See, where's my character? Here we go.
So
So a
you're
couple
taking
snipe shots.
you're
Yeah.
taking snipe shots at one of these guys.
Let me make sure. Yes. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
So first one's a 19.
That's a hit.
Uh, okay. So that'll do 22 damage.
Okay.
Then we will take another snipe shot. Same guy. For that's a 16
That's a hit.
to hit. Okay. That'll do 24 damage.
How would you like to do this?
Hi.
Would just like him to drop before he realizes what's going on. He just takes 2 quick shots and sits down.
Yeah, that's
And then his buddy, it sounds like his buddy's going to get the third shot.
okay.
18.
That's a hit.
And he'll take 20 damage.
Yeah. And so with 3 quick arrows, you take out one of the whites and you nearly bloody the other.
And Vincent would just yell out to the gang, let's do this, boys. That's what we came to do. Vapo
And
join the group.
you do gain a lit up gem on your bow, just in case.
Right. I think I'm full though.
I thought you were too,
Yeah,
but
from last
Yeah,
time with the people dying.
yeah.
just making sure.
Yeah.
It was actually supposed to be that white in particular that you killed was supposed to go next, but it is dead, so that means that we are at Riku's turn. What would you like to do?
Riku is feeling extremely fast and powerful thanks to his boost and the haste. And, with his fancy helmet and his sword, he's going to start swinging away, doing some big damage to these undead, hopefully. Let's see here. It's a 13 hit?
13 does not hit, just misses.
No. Like, say skip.
I feel like you guys have been rolling real rough all night.
Me particularly. I roll well once. It gives me AC bonus. Yeah. So I get one extra attack, basically. Okay.
Okay.
So swing again for my second attack. Oh my god, no fucking way, man.
Wow.
All right.
You
All
need
right.
some
So
of Vincent's luck.
third attack. Here we go. Thank goodness. That one's probably gonna hit.
Yeah, that's absolutely a hit.
So then I do extra damage against dead. Let me see what the extra damage. Where's it say? I think it's just like another dice. Yeah. Another D8.
And the voice of Gilbert Godfrey strikes out in your mind as you lash into this undead.
Okay. But then there's also a D6 of fire damage for my helmet.
Okay. So how much is that total? Let's see. 6. Okay. 15 by the looks of it.
10 is radiant, and then the 5 is fire. Then
Gotcha.
I'm gonna put one more top of that. This is from God, this is ridiculous. This is bard stuff here.
Okay. Did that go to your AC as well?
Does.
Okay.
So now my AC is +4 to what it normally is.
Nice.
The haste as well.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Uh, no, not really, because that's my actions and my bonus actions at this point. I don't really need to move anywhere, so I'm gonna, yeah, that should be it.
Okay. Then that brings us to Sir Venom. What would you like to do?
Let's see. What would I like to do? I think I am going to. Let's see. Do I want a cantrip or cast a spell? These guys, I don't feel super threatened by them, so I am going to cast Raven Queen's Black Flame, which is Sacred Flame, on the one that Riku's fighting.
Okay.
So we have to make a Dex save and has to beat an 18.
Dex save, and it has to be an 18. Oh, wow.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay. And it's a save or suck, right? So it doesn't hurt him?
It does not hurt him.
Okay.
But I think I'll get Umbra up. But I'll just do him at 2nd level. Whoa, giant Umbra.
I guess the
I'll
way
hit
that
him.
D&D makes it harder is like D&D Beyond is just like, oh, you're at level 11? Well, now you roll like shit.
Mhm.
Alright, let's see if Umbra hits. 20?
That's it.
So 9 force damage against the guy fighting Riku.
Yeah. And Umbra comes in, wing attacks him. No problems there. Is that your full turn, Sir Venom?
That's action. That's bonus action. Looks like if I try to move away, I'll get an attack of opportunity. So I'll just go back to back with Axel. Be like, we got this, boys.
And Axel, it actually he bumps you as you go back to back. And the reason you're going last in this instance because you've been trying to get that damn glass eye in correctly. And as he goes back to back with you and bumps you, you pop it right up and in, and it is now
Nice.
perfect. I don't know if you've got your dagger in your hand or something else, but it is your turn.
I'm rocking dagger and shield.
Okay.
So how much damage have we done to the one that Riku was fighting?
You have done 21 points of damage.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to finish this guy. So looks like, so he's engaged with Riku, so I can do my dagger stab and sneak attack if this hits.
Yeah, but that sounds about right.
Does it go at advantage or never done just a regular rogue sneak attack with this guy? I've always like recklessly attacked. I'll just do. I mean, I don't have to advantage. It's like a guy's got like a 14 AC.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a crit.
Oh,
So he's done.
nice.
Okay.
We like to see.
So we do that. And then the sneak attack.
Yeah.
And this is I can do crit sneak attack, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Pretty neat.
66.
Oh my
gosh.
goodness.
Yeah. He falls to the ground dead.
All right.
God, even Axel with a dagger is doing 30 plus damage a hit.
So, but I only get one of those around. I can't just sneak attack both my attacks. So, but yeah, and then we'll just dagger stab this other guy that's in front of me.
Okay.
Dagger stab. Oh wait, I'm hyped. I just killed that guy, so I'm gonna rage,
Oh, nice.
and then go to stab him. I'm like, hell yeah. Yeah. For shit, is that a 15?
A 15 hits.
Okay. So 15, and then so 11 damage plus 2. I assume even though it's a dagger, do I still get my rage on top of that?
Yes, you do.
So
yeah.
then so it's 13 total to this guy.
Okay.
And I think that is the end of my turn.
Okay. The others begin to run up into the room to try to aid their comrades. They're not going to get as far as they would like. Well, actually, this guy could get all the way here if he uses his full turn to do that. The other one will pull out a longbow, run up to here, and begin popping shots. He will pop a shot at. I don't know. Well, he'll pop a shot at Riku. He doesn't like that sun sword, being an undead and all. And it will. I guess this is at disadvantage as well, isn't it? Yeah, that's a miss. And he'll do it again. He'll shoot twice. Yeah, that's going to be a miss. Okay. So they move and then miss. We actually come back around in the turn order. The one that Axel hit, will take a stab with its longsword at disadvantage to try to drain your life. That's going to be an 11, and then it will be a longsword attack, again at disadvantage. That's a 17. Does that hit you?
That's a miss.
Okay, gotcha. And that will
Strong.
be his full turn, which brings us back to Vincent.
Oh,
This,
Vincent's just
this
gonna.
item is super OP against undead.
Very helpful.
Yeah, that is pretty wild. All right, so Vincent will go after the guy at the end of the hall. That he already damaged earlier.
All right, let's see it.
He's 6.
That is a hit.
For 22 damage.
He's still up.
Ah. See where he is. Is he near anyone else?
Nah.
All right, why not? Let's try to finish him off. Is he like does he look really bad?
Yeah, he looks very, very bloodied.
He's hanging on by a thread. All right, Vincent's gonna make that shot to try to finish him off. A do one that'll. Oh, if he's undead, I gotta make sure I do one that's. Let's just do the. Where is it?
Just like a
All right,
regular
I'll do
shot.
this one. No, Shadow Arrow. They'll do an
Oh.
extra D6 psychic damage. Two
Okay.
D6. So it'll do an extra 7 damage.
Yeah, and he falls to the ground holding his head as it sort of spills ichor and fluid from it.
Right? And then
And
Vincent will very carefully. Oh, unless there's something going on.
I was just gonna say you get another charge of the gem, but I think your bow is all good.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna try to kill these other two very carefully that are engaged with my buddies. So I'll have to do snipe shots here to not to get rid of my whatever.
Yeah, their cover
So
basically.
yeah, a couple snipe shots there. So this one's a
15, right?
14. 14.
14 is exactly what you needed to hit. And which one are you doing? The one that is
The
attacking
first
Axel,
one,
or
Axel first. Yeah.
okay?
This one will take 26.
It is very bloodied, but it is still up.
Bummer. I can't do another one of those, so I'll have to just do another shot.
Ooh, is that gonna be a 10?
That is going to be a 10.
I am gonna have to ask Axel and Sir Venom to give me dexterity saving throws.
Well, they need to do a dexterity saving throw if I use my redirection
Oh,
as
you
of events.
they will not. Fair enough.
All right, I'm going to redirect that one to the guy, the other one.
Yeah, that's a hit.
All right.
God,
Actually,
he's so cute.
before let me before that happens, I want to make sure they're not both like bonus actions. They take up the same slot. I just want to make sure I can do both in the same turn.
That's a very good call.
So the arcane shot is um no, okay, so it's just part of the attack action.
Cool.
Okay, so I can do both. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna redirect it with the other thing, and he'll take 20 damage.
Nice. Yeah, curving shot is a bonus action by the looks of it. So he takes the arrow. It like sort of bounces off his helmet and then boom, right through his knee. He's not bloodied, but he's pretty hurt.
All right, finish him off, boys. I did what I could. I wounded the two of them.
And that brings us to Riku. What would you like to do?
So Vincent just he shot both of them.
Yes, and the one next to Axel is very bloodied. The one next to you is probably almost bloodied.
Okay. Riku's just gonna start swinging his sword again. Let's see. Why is this happening?
Wow, dude.
That's rough. Yeah, that's a miss, and then that's a hit.
Goodness, man. So there's that
Pretty
plus
good.
that. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's very good.
Plus that.
Oh, that was exactly what you needed to kill it. He had 25 hit points. You did 25 damage.
All right.
And is there anything special?
Riku just like, goes to swing his first shot, kind of trips, then like, acts like he didn't trip and like acts like he was going for like a lunge attack and then goes upwards, finish his swing to uh finish it off.
And you actually sort of like knock the sword out of its hand as you do this, and it's with the light blade of the lightsaber. You effectively carve it from hip up to shoulder.
Yeah. Then, cause of my boots and my haste, Riku just kind of like in an instant, just like blinks over here. He's just all of a sudden next to it, and then just like swings again.
Oh, nice. That's a hit.
I should
And how would you like to kill this one?
stop dice. Uh, he just like blinks in front of it, and then just quick slash. Like you don't even see him swing, but you see like the light from the blade just like leave like a trail in the air, and then it just kind of like just like you see like the light go through the skeleton, and then it just kind of like fall apart, and then like start to turn to dust because it's like holy energy killing it.
Yeah, and it burns up on the spot essentially.
Yeah.
The tomb before you is quiet once more as you leave the throes of battle, and you finally are able to look around for a moment. This is the Halleck's Mausoleum you see from a sign. Um, and it's a squat, unassuming granite block in the shadow of other larger monuments within the graveyard to the west and south. The double doors have a rusty, broken chain and padlock hanging off them that caused it to be open in the first place. And then further in, to the south, you see that the stone stairs descend from this Halleck's mausoleum to a large subterranean chamber with stone coffins sitting on sturdy shelves. Part of the west wall has collapsed, creating an opening into another chamber. Marching around the chamber had been the 5 pale, desiccated warriors that you swiftly dispatched. What would you guys like to do now that you've killed these guys?
High five, everyone, first and foremost.
Good fight, everybody. Riku, like, kind of takes a relaxed stance and is like, puts sword on shoulders. Like, I guess it's time to find a book.
Yeah. So do we like rob these graves or?
Uh, Riku's gonna just like, while his haste is still up, just fucking like zzz, run forward, just like no care in the world,
Jeez, Riku.
and just like be like zipping around the room, like looking around for the book. Zip, zip.
What's up with this this symbol on the floor?
Do we recognize it as anything?
Mama.
Probably have to take a closer look. But I'm gonna run ahead again, just while my haste is still up. If I see like another path here.
I'm gonna kneel down and take a closer look at this symbol.
Let's hold here for a second.
We got a DM on mute.
I
Oh,
think
there we go.
It's not mute. It's,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Is there any sort of check that you want to make, Sir Venom? And then we'll do Riku after that.
Let's see, probably either religion or history would make sense.
Yeah, go for it. Either one.
Pick. 14.
I'm gonna say that's not good enough for you to glean anything in this instance.
Okay.
So far as you
That's
know, you
kinda-
just think it's like the Halleck's mausoleum symbol, which probably relates to the Halleck's family.
Okay. I was gonna scratch my chin, shrug. Be like, yeah, I don't think this symbol means anything. Then I guess go to join Riku.
Riku and group as you enter that room. Roots protrude through cracks in the ceiling here. A stone stairway in the southeast corner has collapsed, and the nearby walls have crumbled. 3 doors in the north are shut, and the middle door bears a new-looking padlock. To the west, stairs lead to a small balcony that overlooks the room from about 5 feet above, with just enough room for a door. There is a collapsed chamber. Let me reveal this to you. That you can see into on some level to the south.
Damn. So we
A
got
lot
like
of places to
yeah,
explore.
we got like
Colors.
5 directions we can go.
Riku kind of stops and takes his broom out of his pouch, throws it in the air, and kind of like sits on it. It crosses his legs and looks over at Sir Venom. He's like, "Shall we look ahead, or should we just start opening doors?"
Hmm.
I kind of say we just like it's undead. We can smack all these guys down. Let's be reckless. And
All right.
is your haste still up? Are we still trying to maximize on that?
No, no, it was only a minute long. It's over.
If
That's why I pulled out
Okay.
my broom.
I find this one to the south, this collapsed tunnel, or this busted
col-
open wall, that looks intriguing.
Collapsed stairway, technically.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna I want to get detect magic up.
Okay. And how long does detect magic last? Like an hour?
It lasts for 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Gotcha. I mean, yeah. Which way would you guys like to go?
I'm just gonna cast it instead of waiting and doing the ritual.
Okay. Yeah, you cast detect magic, and nothing is set aglow at the moment, besides what you currently have on you.
Let's take
Okay.
a.
I guess take a step back in this room, double check, make sure there's nothing magical, and then come back.
Let me just double check. Nope, nothing magical in the previous room either.
Riku stands in the middle of this mural and then kind of like starts scratching his chin and wants to like investigate the room for anything that seems out of the ordinary.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Uh, maybe like any sort of like stones that kind of like protrude out of the wall, or just like any sort of like random like cracks or things that look out of place.
Yeah, go ahead and let's see what that elicits. 28. So the padlock on the northern central door is new.
Yeah, remember you saying
Actually,
that before? Yeah.
is that the right one? And the middle door bears a new padlock. Yep. Um, as you look at the door on this section here, there is the symbol of an eye painted onto the door,
Hmm.
like a single eye. And you notice like a little bit of in the dirt and dust here as you get close to that side, and I'll reveal some of what you can see to the south. You can see that there's a pool of water of some sort. Actually, I'll make this a bigger view. You can sort of see like a pool of water or something over there, which makes sense because you can see a little bit of a trail of water through some of the dirt that has then dried.
Riku lets Sir Venom know. Water ahead. Like you're a
Alright,
pal, basically, you know. Riku looks to the other two. He's like, "We better investigate this door first." And like points to the one with the padlock. He looks to Axel. He's like, "You want to do the honors? Should I?"
Okay, Riku. Well, you know what? So his door is locked.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got a brand new big padlock
You
on
know
it.
what? I'm gonna try to. I'll try to pick it.
Okay.
Interesting.
Go ahead and give us a sleight of hand check.
Riku takes a step back.
That's probably not a bad idea.
And I rolled a 1. God damn
Yeah.
The door explodes.
it.
No. But it is, the padlock is better set than that. I'm gonna say you do succeed, but you now have disadvantage with your thieves' tools until you get them repaired.
Okay.
So you can open that door. Do you open the door now that you pull the padlock off?
Yeah. Let's open it.
Okay.
And now it
op-
explodes.
Nope. No, there's no. I've totally ruined you guys with all those traps, didn't I?
Yeah.
Um, you can actually see that this chamber opens into an old crypt, which holds a single coffin at the end of a hallway. You can see that there's a few tattered blankets over the side, and a poof of wild black hair from one end of the blankets.
Think there's a book in there? Riku says.
So is this open? Is this thing open?
Yeah, it's open. If
Oh,
you'd
does
like.
it smell? It probably smells horrible. So it's just a dead body in this poorly ventilated tomb.
Oddly
So
enough, it does not. It smells a little musty, but it's does not. The stench of death does not hit your nostrils.
Jeez.
And as you gather close, you can see a sleeping woman under the blankets.
Wait, sleeping like not dead?
Correct.
Oh
while
my
they're doing
god.
that, Riku's just mage hand opening these doors.
Hold up, Riku. You're the one that told us to
over
go
here.
this way.
Okay. You open this door,
Look at that. You found the kitchen.
and then you open this door. This one's odd. All you see on the inside of the one to the right is a grated portcullis. The one to the left
I would just kind of like
appears.
peek in.
Yeah, it appears to have stone shelves containing boxes and bags. A few crates are stacked against the wall. The other one, a metal grate on the floor in a 10-foot room, blocks access to some sort of pit below. As you're standing there looking at this woman, she does stir awake and she goes, hello? Are you here to save me?
Riku yelling from down the
Possibly.
hall. Save you from what?
What? Why is he all the way down here? Who are you two?
Oh, we're two of the roosters. Sword Coast's finest.
Is
Or-
that new casino everyone's talking about? Shenanigans?
Yeah, you've heard of us?
Everyone's talking about it.
I live in Neverwinter. Of course I've heard of it. And she sort of like stands up. Oh God. Ugh. Can I get out of here? Can we move along? And she's like
Yeah,
beginning to walk out of here.
Yeah, what are you doing? Why were you locked in a crypt?
And Riku
Oh.
stands in front of us like, hold on. Have you seen a book? Looking for a book.
A book. You're not here to save me?
Well,
sorta
that's
looks at you.
secondary to the book. The book is very important.
We can be here for two things.
Look, all I know, I don't know anything about a book. All I know is that I was sleeping and then I woke up in this coffin, and then I think it was the Lich and his guys
Whoa.
took
Lich?
me and yeah, there's a Lich down below,
Okay,
Well, that would
go
explain
on.
all the undead beasties.
and he had me put my hands on the obelisk and told me to tell him what I saw.
What'd you see?
Honestly, it was awful. Are you okay if I show you? I can use magic a little bit and I can show you.
Sure.
She casts Minor Illusion, and as she does so, you see a desiccated figure of a man levitating off the ground, gathering evil energy around himself in glowing wisps. The desiccated man screams and the energy explodes, causing something terrible to happen. Honestly, I see it in my nightmares every time I fall asleep.
Dark stuff indeed. We've encountered it before in our travels. You're lucky to be alive.
Indeed. Can I go? I really don't want to help you with whatever book it is you're looking for.
What's
Did you get like a name? Of
yeah.
this lich or
What's
anything?
your,
Yeah, like before Riku like had his arm up to like kind of block her like with his sword, and he kind of just like puts it back on his shoulder. He's like, "Hey, she seems harmless."
I don't know if he has a name. I just know that they're the Watching Eye. The whole group.
Well, another evil group that we're gonna have to
Well,
eliminate.
They're about to watch us kill them, right, boys?
Most
I'd grab the one and be like, "Well, what's your name?"
There we go.
I don't think we've introduced yet.
My name is I am actually, what is her name? My name is Sarcelle Malinosh. I'm I technically do a little bit of research in different things for Aurora's realms. So, I help divine
Oh.
different places where a magic item might be found.
We're tight with them.
Yeah, we love Aurora's realms.
We go
Yep.
way back.
Yeah, you've taken them for all their money's worth on some level, but at the same time, I hear that you continue
No,
to do good
it's-
jobs, and
It's a
Ooh.
mutual relationship.
Business
okay?
proposition.
no, Just because they're my bosses doesn't mean I love them.
What
Don't
if
worry.
what if we were your boss?
If you were my boss,
We
what do you mean?
we pay you. You tell us where cool items are. We cut Aurora's realms completely out of the picture.
I have been looking to staff up
Oh,
my magic laboratory.
you
Make
mean
a
she's an inside man is what Riku
Yeah,
says.
this
Gives
is
Axel
fate.
the nod.
I think they call this fate right here.
make a persuasion check, Axel.
Oh,
And
jeez.
you do get advantage
Well,
because
yeah,
you
Riku
are
wants to help you. Yeah,
you just kind of saved her life on some level. You
That's
got her
right,
out of
yeah.
a pickle.
Persuading. I should have done it in a threatening manner, but this will do 19.
Ooh.
That's very good. She kind of looks at you and she goes, if the pay is right,
Oh, the
you might
pay's
have
always
yourself
right.
might have yourself a
I
deal.
mean,
Yeah.
look at my man's eyeball right here. We are
Yeah.
clearly men of means.
Honestly, I was trying not to. It's rather intimidating.
Yeah, we're something of investors.
Yep. Riku kind of like he says money's not really a problem for us, and kind of like takes his finger and like points up at his head, and then like reveals his fancy helmet.
Oh! Is that a helm of brilliance?
Sure is. And then kind of puts it away, like turns it off, like makes it look like its normal head again.
No. Well, I'm intrigued. I assume I can call upon you at shenanigans.
Indeed. Riku, give the woman one of our business cards.
Ah, yes. So
Yes, we have so
business
many.
card.
Is that a prestidigitation for that?
We have so-
Sure, yeah.
Gotcha. And she goes, I will take my leave. Did you clear the way? I believe they had some whites out front.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
they're
dead.
gone.
Okay. I'm going to
For
leave
the
this
second
dark and
time, Riku says.
terrible place.
But if you see Barrett Klanghammer, anyone out there, let them know that there's a lich set up down here, and we'll take them out. But our fee just might be a little higher than we had originally agreed upon.
That is fair, especially if you're only looking for a book. I will let the guard know. And Toodles, and she like begins to run off. Oh, thank God.
Have a nice day, Riku says. She was nice.
Yeah.
Good idea trying to hire her, Axel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are loaded, so we can
Yeah, we have a ton
make
of
an
money.
investment.
I'm
Yeah.
about to have diamond encrusted horns.
That's
Gonna be
pretty
called.
dope, I'm not gonna lie.
Are you gonna have a business called Axel's Realms?
Soon enough.
Tell me where the loot is.
I mean, Riku was talking in like the previous episode. He's like, "We're gonna rule this land one day."
Yeah.
Just like casually talking about it.
All right.
Anywho, shall we kill this lich?
So she
Riku,
said it was in the ground, like underneath us. Is that, or is it the door with the eye on it?
I don't know. Let's see where this goes. Riku goes up to the door with the eye and pokes the eye.
Nothing happens. The door appears to be firmly closed.
That didn't work. How about this? He
Okay.
stands back, uses mage hand to jiggle the knob, see if it's locked.
No, it's unlocked. It's open.
He opens it with the mage hand.
Yeah, and the door opens into what appears to be another chamber with stairs descending.
I guess I should have led with that, huh?
Yeah, poke my head in.
Sorry, give me a moment.
Looks-
I'm gonna make this a little better
Oh.
looking. There we
Looks
go.
like this goes down, boys. Should we check this
Should we
out?
not? Should we not investigate the southern chamber? Like where the
Oh
wall's
yeah, that's one
broken?
Axel wanted to check out too, right?
Yeah, it's got a pool. It's got water though. Like, what is that about? Do we
I
find
think
a
we might
sewer
want to go check
system?
that out. What's about what is this? Let's see what this is first. It's just are these
Which
urns?
way are we going, Riku? You're
Yeah,
all over
let
the
me
place.
give you a
Going
description
south.
of this room.
Okay.
Sir Venom goes this way.
So that room appears to be a crossroads between different parts of the graveyard. Steep stairs descend from the east, and there are 4 bells of different sizes hanging from leather cords affixed to the ceiling. So what you can see are the bells up, like dangling from the ceiling.
Riku says, "How about this? Can we connect mentally Or does that take like a while to do?
I think it takes 10 minutes.
Maybe we do that before we proceed and then go into teams.
That could work. So yeah, everyone get into the circle, hold hands.
I'm gonna take your rage off you, Axel.
Yeah.
You guys gather up and you circle up to telekinetically connect. Can I get somebody to please roll me a d20 while this is happening?
Not Riku.
Yeah, not me. Definitely not me.
All right, D20 coming in. 17.
17. Okay, and can you roll me a 1d6?
The floor explodes. 5.
5. All right. You hear voices coming down the hall as you connect telekinetically, and you can hear it. Yeah, and so then we snatched her up and we tossed her up in the middle room. That's why it's got a new padlock on it. And you hear 4 individuals rounding the corner, and they all see you, and they go, "What the fuck? Who the hell are you? What are you doing in here?"
We're your worst nightmare.
Who the hell are we? Look, fellas. They look like they're. I mean, I'm just looking at them on their little things here. They look like they might be into the meth or something. They're fucking weird. So I'm gonna tell them turn around and leave this place, or we're gonna fuck them up.
Riku goes, "Clue, clue, we're the roosters, baby. We're gonna kill you."
Make an intimidation check, Axel.
Wait, I gotta stop laughing so I don't misclick. Okay. 22.
They kind of look at you and they look around. They suddenly see that there's like dead whites everywhere, and the first guy backs up and he's like, um, I'm not fucking around with this. You guys take this off." And he actually begins to run off. And the other 3 are like looking at each other and they're like, I don't, and they actually also run off. I'll just have them all skedaddle.
Nice.
Between their
Hopefully they
legs.
don't have like a boss or a boss or something. But hey, it is what it is. All right.
We'll just,
Yep.
we'll just take the boss down too.
Yeah, now we got that settled. Which I wish every fight could go like that. Just
Right.
go away, or I'm gonna kill you.
Glower with your glowing red eyeball.
Yeah.
We're big
Fortunately,
shots
it
now,
definitely
boys.
helped that you had lots of dead bodies around.
So
Alright.
Venom is gonna go check out this pool room.
So it sounded like we were using the buddy system here. Is that
Yeah. Let's see.
Thinking.
How about me and Vincent
yeah.
and Axel and Sir Venom?
Okay. I will 100% take that protection from undead or whatever.
The guy who gives disadvantage on every attack roll
Hey.
against you.
Sir Vincent, this way. Let's go this way.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
What-
And as
Why don't you shoot those bells and see if anything happens?
Want me to?
Yeah.
Vincent obliges.
all right, you shoot the bell, and there's a loud dong as the arrow bounces off of it. I mean, nothing occurs. Let me just make a few rolls here.
Oh no.
Yeah, we
The
might have
bells
made
explode.
noise. Nah, I think we made noise. Something might have hurt us. Vincent thinks to himself. That was loud.
Also,
It wasn't as loud as you might expect, is what I would say.
Have- as we've been
Nothing occurs.
as we've been exploring, have we been seeing any like writing, like anything on the walls, like, or on the floor, anything like that?
You have not.
Okay. Riku was like, "All right, well, nothing happened. Not magical bells, obviously. Let's go. Let's go forward. Uh, coming, Sir Vincent?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Jiggles handle.
Following you.
Okay. It's unlocked as well, and for the moment, let's switch back over to the other two. What are you guys doing down south?
I think
We should probably start working on these doors.
yeah.
Or what's I'm gonna take a look at the pool. How like deep does it look?
Oh,
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Oh, 13.
13 is actually, let me double check something. Uh, you know what? That actually might be okay. Let me just roll something to double check. Um, yeah, so you do see one creature seemingly swimming around in the pool, and it appears to be a water weird. Some sort of like water elemental, effectively. There's at least one of them swimming around the pool. You think you might have seen another, but they're a little unclear because of the way it moves through the water.
Um, do have like we read about water weirds before? Are they like inherently hostile?
I mean, so far you're good. And let me just give you a description too of this room. Rusted pipes run along the walls and ceiling, and water flows from nozzles in the ceiling pipes. In the center of the room is a deep stone basin that's set into the floor and filled to the brim. So it's about 5 feet tall, and it's full, like a giant pool. The surface ripples, and that's when you can see this water weird. To the south, a closed door is padlocked. All the other doors simply have, they're just like metal doors with metal handles on them.
Okay. So looks like we might be okay with these water weirds for right now,
yeah.
Axel. As long as we don't fuck with them too much.
So then we go for the padlocked one. So that's
Well, first I'd like. Oh, how high is the room?
It is, I want to say, ceilings are 10 feet high, or 15 feet in the high in the rooms.
Okay. So I would do just a like a quick circle around the pool, and I'd shoot off a thaumaturgy at each of the doors as I pass them to see which ones are unlocked.
Yeah, all of them except for the one in the south are unlocked.
Okay, so I guess all those would open up.
Do you want me to open them individually? Do you actually want
Yeah,
me to
so
open them, or
I'd started this one, I'd thaumaturgy this one to open it,
boom.
and then like I just fly around, thaumaturgy that one, thaumaturgy that one,
Hold up for a moment? Because
thaumaturgy
you're going
that
to
one.
thaumaturgy this one. And as you
oh, look at
do
this
so,
guy.
you see that the room opens into what appears to be an improvised workshop. Rubble chokes the southeast corner of the room, leaving only a small gap near the uneven ceiling. Some of the rubble has been reassembled into a low table, which bears small clockwork components. A hulking, fish headed creature, wearing exquisite silks and fineries, carefully examines the tiny parts. And as the door bangs open, he turns around and looks at you and goes, "Excuse me, do not knock."
Right. I land and like mentally I'm like Axel, I might need backup and like walk in. I'm like, oh,
Riku,
apologies, good sir.
Riku and
Um,
Vincent, you hear the call for backup as well.
Riku turns to Vincent and shrugs. I guess they need us. I guess we'll start heading towards them.
We don't know. I think it looks like we found some kind of like fish genie.
yeah, right. So I'd be like, oh, sorry, friend. We're sent here to look for a book. We were expecting more hostile people considering the welcome party we got at the front door. But you yourself, you don't seem that bad.
Oh, it doesn't look like you're watching eye. Oh, that's good. You leaving those water weirds and the water elemental over there alone too?
Yeah, And then I'd like if Riku and Vincent were coming, I'd be like, "Don't fuck with the water
Yeah.
elementals. They're friendly."
You're making a way.
Riku.
He kind of goes, oh, that's good. That's good. I'm Shanzazim. I'm a Marid. Who are you?
I'm Sir Venom. This is Axel, and the sketchy-looking guy joining us is Riku, and our turtly friend in the back is Sir Vincent. We're members of the
What I got?
Roosters, proprietors of Shenanigans, a gambling den slash bar, and we were sent here by the Lord's Alliance, the Lord's Council, looking for a specific book having to do with the mist that the people have been getting lost in.
Oh, oh, wow. You can kind of see him thinking for a moment. I don't have any books here, and he sort of like steps away from the area, and you can see on the desk all these like clockwork components that he has sort of scattered around. Um,
Where do
I
we find
don't
books
know.
around here?
I don't really know a lot of the other chambers. Look, a lot of this place was created a long time ago by the Water Clock Guild, and they bound me here, and I can't really leave this room or the next room. So I'm kind of stuck here. So I don't really know where they would have books here. My guess is that it's not in any of these chambers. It's probably further along somewhere in the crypts, though.
Okay. What do you
You
know about the
theoretically leave if you were teleported out.
I don't know. I'm a little where. So theoretically, if I try to leave, I'll die. So I've not
Hmm.
pushed it a little bit. But the Water Clock Guild's not been around for about a century. My guess is that their magic should be up in about another 100 years or so. It's okay. I'm okay being here, to be honest. I'm working on my clock. I really love it. Sort of points back over at the table.
yeah, what do you know about we were led to believe there was a lich that's set up here too. You cross paths with him?
Not face to face. I heard about it from those other cultists. Once they saw me and how big I was, they didn't want to screw around with me. But
You
no,
are quite intimidating. And
thank you.
they are quite pussyish.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it a real challenge to use big hands on a tiny little clock like this. So it's I don't know. I'm really engrossed in it.
Yeah, your work seems quite impressive from what we can see.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, thanks indeed. I mean, I've actually here. And he goes back over to the table and he goes, "This piece doesn't fit anything. I don't actually think it's a piece of clock." And he hands you what appears to be a gold colored flywheel. Um, he's like, "I don't. It's not part of the clock, so I don't know. Maybe you'll do something with it."
Yeah, maybe it unlocks something, some kind of type of hidden chamber or something
Uh,
somewhere
it
else in the crypt.
it is magical.
Nice.
Your detect magic is still up, and it is magical.
Ooh.
Very good.
Oh. Well, thanks for the trinket. You're an alright guy.
Oh yeah, thanks. Have you figured out the pipes yet?
Oh
No.
no. What about the pipes?
All right, come over here. There, he begins to like walk over here. So in this room, there's a bunch of pipes, and he begins to explain how the pipe system runs through this into some of the other chambers beyond, um, to where he cannot go. He describes how to maximize and minimize the water pressure in the pressure rooms to this area, and then he actually comes around and he opens up the door here, and he goes, "Oh, there's more pipes over here," and this one will do this, and he's like saying like, "But if you turn it this way, counterclockwise at this cadence, it'll do that," and he's like giving you all these details about it.
I'm like
Um,
writing it all down as he's saying it.
but basically, if you turn the flow to maximum pressure in both, you should flood out the areas beyond.
Well, that's good to know.
Potentially killing any monsters down there.
I don't know. It depends on the type of monsters. I don't think our water elemental friends
But
mind it so much.
also ruining a book.
True.
Oh,
We don't want to
I
ruin the book.
didn't
Books can
remember.
dry.
Sorry, I forgot about that book. Yeah, that's important, isn't it? Seems like that's all you guys want here.
I
Yeah,
kind
well,
of
I
like
think
this idea of flooding the place.
Yeah.
we'll take the lich out too while we're here, because they're generally not good dudes.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I mean, I'd like that a lot. Then I can just
Nope.
continue my clock, knowing that they're not going to barge in on me.
Fortunately, I don't think water is enough to kill a lich.
You hear a small voice from behind the door to the south. Hello.
Hello.
Can somebody let me out, please? Or give
Hey,
me food finally?
Depends.
hey, friend, what's behind this door? Who is that?
Oh, I think that's one of their prisoners. They locked him in there a few days ago.
Oh, Axel, you wanna? Oh, can you unlock doors again?
Well,
Did you
I'd be
break
at
anything tonight?
disadvantage, but I can always just take out my mace and just bash the padlock, right?
He goes, "All right, I'm gonna go back to my clock."
Okay.
No, thanks for your help. If we find a
Thanks,
way
bud.
to release you, we'll do that because I think we like you.
Thanks, and no worries if you don't. I gotta finish this thing.
Yeah. I think I'll just go for a bash with mace unlock.
Okay, go for it.
So just like
It's
athletics or something.
D20 actually. It's an
Oh.
attack roll, and then let's see how much damage you can do. And it's bludgeoning,
Oh.
so it's gonna be effective.
D20. 14
Yep, that's a hit. And go ahead and do the damage.
damage.
Just a damage roll with the mace.
Okay. 10.
That is actually enough to burst open the door. Let me just make a roll to see if this guy dodges it. He got a 14. He needed a 13. So he is going to be able to dodge it out of the way. Doesn't get smacked as the door swings open violently from the
Okay.
stroke of the mace.
Axe will probably kick that door off straight off the hinges.
Yeah, it was a pretty aggressive little smack. And before you happens to be water leaks down the walls of this cell and pools on the floor near a rusty drain. A dejected gnome is now sitting on a sodden mattress in one corner, looking like he's fallen onto it. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, 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 you're not cultists. Who the hell are you? That eye is absolutely terrifying. You look like you could be one of them with that thing.
We're the Roosters, and we're here to save you.
Yeah.
/ find a book. Do you know where we can find a book?
The Roosters. Why do I know that name? Have I heard that around town?
Yep.
Yeah, we're
And
kind of a
That's
big
us.
deal.
you're here to save me, and you are looking for a book.
That's right.
A book. A book. I don't know about anything about any book, but I know that one of them said something about a library. I know that there's supposedly a library beyond here somewhere because they talked about it, but I don't know where it might be.
I suspect that's where we might be able to find some books, boys.
Yep. This is a weird ass dungeon. Like, what
I
are
have a
these
lot of
people doing here?
prisoners and friendly
We're in a
creatures. Yeah.
crypt and there's just like fish guy, little person, the lady's sleeping in a coffin.
I'm
Friendly
technically a
water
gnome.
elementals.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. They only told me they kidnapped me because I study cults, and they wanted my take on what I saw when they made me touch some sort of big black spire.
Well, first of all, what's your name, fella?
I'm Umberto Noblin.
Umberto.
Yes. What's your name?
Well, I'm Axel.
Hello, Axel.
Hey.
Oh, I kind of like this fella. He should come with us.
I don't want
Yeah.
to go anywhere but home.
Yeah, well, okay. First of all, how did you even like how does a guy like you end up did they did you just follow some strangers down a dark alley and then they just bag you and bring you
Yeah,
here?
listen,
Like
he can tell us all about it. Just come with us here. Come on.
I'm just curious. I was like,
Thank you. Look, my understanding is it went like this. I had some visitors who had sent me a letter who said they wanted me to do some research on the Watching Eye, a supposed cult. Some fool came to the door and said that I think it was a false name. It was Justerian. I don't know. It doesn't sound like a Navarian name if you ask me, but he provided this false name, and I suspect it was a false name. And he said that he wanted to know about the Watching Eye, and I brought him into my home. And then the next thing I know, another two ruffians barged into my home as I was about to close the door, and they all put a bag over my head and dragged me here.
Sounds
Man,
awful.
these cultists are dicks.
It was awful. It was awful. Thank you. They were dicks, although I try not to say such things. You can see that he's nervous even about saying the word dicks.
Listen, you stick with us and you'll survive.
Then can you get me out of here?
That's right.
I
Yeah,
guess.
the
let's.
way back to the surface should be clear.
Yeah.
No.
We
He's
already,
coming
we
Or
with
already
just
us.
show him the
we
way.
already rescued one.
No. We're taking this one with us.
Oh, I don't want to go deeper into wherever
Yeah,
you're
Uh,
going.
no,
I
no.
just want to
You
go
can
home.
you can go. I feel
You're
like
wording that a
it'll
bit
be
aggressively,
liability.
Riku.
Yeah.
He's coming with
Uh,
us. Like,
Okay,
whoa.
take a step back, Riku. Let the poor man go.
You say the way should be clear. Where do
He
I
just
go?
looks like he wants to go on
Let's
an
go.
adventure.
Let's go that door with the eye. It sounds like
I'll have Umbra, my raven, like guide him to the entrance and like guide him out.
All right.
yeah, let's go. Let's go this way. All right, yeah, just go through there.
And just follow my raven. He'll show you the way out.
Fish creatures be well.
Wait a minute. Vincent's got to take a little before he leaves. Gotta
Oh,
just stick
uh,
his toe in the water
Uh-oh.
to make sure it's not like super magical or super deadly.
no. You see that the water weirds swirl around, but you're not being aggressive towards them, and they're just kind of like swimming and doing their thing.
Yeah, I'm a
Um,
turtle people just like you. I'm just
one of
Oh,
one of them
no
actually
sexy.
comes over and pops its head up and begins to talk to you, but it's a language that do you know Aquan?
No.
Yeah, so you don't understand it, but it like is trying to talk to you. And then this big water elemental comes over and it also tries to talk to you.
I like poke my head out. I'm like, did I hear y'all speaking Aquan over here?
Do you speak Aquan?
I can
He speaks
understand
every
everything.
language.
Oh, that's right. And one of them sort of says, "Yes. What? Thank you for not hurting us like the cultists."
Oh, no problem. You guys, thank you for not attacking us like almost every other creature we come across.
You must go in bad places then. I mean, Shenzazyme didn't hurt you. I mean, once we saw you with him, we knew we were probably safe.
Yeah, everyone in this room so far seems all right. No
Yeah,
undead trying to eat our brains, so you guys are all right by us.
same. Look, my understanding is that the cultists beyond uh, are looking to see something, and they keep having people touch something, and I don't know. It doesn't seem very good. So if you can put any stop to it, that would probably be good, and we'll probably stay here and be happy for now.
That is our plan to put a stop to all the evil shenanigans going on in here.
Um,
We've come across people messing with these black obelisks before. Good does not usually come of it.
Here, one of the cultists dropped this in the bottom of the basin, and you can see that like the water weird swims down and then scoops something up and is like swirling itself around this thing until it gets it to the surface. They bring forth a silver bracelet with 7 small diamonds, and it's probably worth a few hundred gold.
Ooh, I do
Nice.
love diamonds.
Nice gifts.
I put it over my horn like nice and tight. Like push it down until it's like tight enough that it's not gonna fall. Oh, thank you. This is quite the gift.
Oh, indeed, and make good use of it. Kill those cultists if you get the chance. They're relative bastards.
Will do.
Cheers, and they do like a flip and go back into the water.
And I turn to Vincent and I'm like, good job stopping to talk to these guys.
You guys join Riku and Axel back up in the other room.
Yep.
Okay. And at that, I think this is where we will pause for the night and pick it up from here next time.